I now I have to repeat everything we said about the horse game.
Hello, I'm back. No, I would rather not talk about the horse game.
Denied. Vetoed.
Too bad.
Too bad. We have to talk about horse.
I have
game.
nothing to say about
Today's
it. I'm just not
content
interested
is
in
horse
it.
game.
That's it.
Horse game time.
And if only
All I have to say is I'm not interested.
if only Bethesda made a gotcha.
No,
What?
no, because I don't even like those. I don't like Fallout Shelter. I mean, Fallout Shelter was okay. I played it a little bit. It's like, I don't care that much for it. And I didn't care too much for Elder Scrolls Legends.
What the fuck? I've never heard of that.
Wasn't
It was a
Blades
card game.
as well.
Yeah, I didn't care about Blades either.
I know. Hi, Frozen.
And like I gave them all a shot, but the only one I haven't given a shot is I haven't given Elder Scrolls Castles, I believe it's called. I haven't given Elder Scrolls Castles a shot.
Hi, Mouse.
You know, it's
Hello.
just Fallout Shelter, but Elder Scrolls themed. So, you know, they build upwards instead of downwards. Whoa. Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't know what you think of me. I'm not that into Bethesda. I don't know. I'm actually a Bethesda hater. I'm a Bethesda critic.
Are you?
Yeah, I am.
I don't know. I don't know.
What do you mean I don't know? When have you heard me say anything positive about Bethesda? You've heard me complain about Fallout, and complain about Starfield, and complain about fucking Skyrim like millions of times.
Ah! See this mouse, you scared me with that one. Actually, you legit scared me with that. Damn, good, nice one. Getting the loud boo womp on the first one.
Womp.
Boo womp, boo
Womp.
boo womp, boo womp.
Boo womp.
I wish there was a way to set this up to Discord, so that way whenever someone gets the loud boo womp, I play like a soundboard or something and scare you guys as well.
You wouldn't scare me though. Do you know how much time I spend on call with terrorists that like to click really loud soundboards? It would not scare me.
That is true. Many of our friends are in fact soundboard terrorists. We've been conditioned out of
No.
I'm one of them.
Yeah, too bad Punz could never set this up. Like, you know, doesn't have any knowledge of like computer programming.
Yeah.
Like how to make like a webhook or something that would do this thing that you're theorizing, you know? The boo womp is a bit of a gotcha, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's a gotcha. Yeah.
When you get the base boosted boo womp, that's the 5-star.
Yeah, and then we got a bunch of like
oh my
4
god.
stars. We have
Punz, your stream is a gacha.
Yeah. Oh my god. It was always a gotcha. The whole time. Oh, that's the 1 star. That's the junk pipe.
Yeah. I like the cardboard pipe more, actually.
Really? I mean, it's more soothing, you know?
I just like the sound of it.
I like it because you can hear it like bouncing.
Do you all like those like hollow sticks that you can like whack to make noise? Boom whackers, is that what they're called?
There's no way you call them boom whackers. That's so funny.
We call them. I forgot what we call them, but I know what you're talking about, Rose.
They're called boom whackers. That's what they're called.
Boom whackers.
Let's see. What do we call those? There's like
they're called boom whackers.
Australia's not a real place.
There's like a brand name that we call them. Boomsticks.
Okay, how's boomstick any better than boomwhacker?
Boomwhacker is it's just like boomwhacker is the Australian boomstick. It's like if you put both of those terms in front of me and said which one is the Australian term, I'd be like, it's the boomwhacker.
Have I ever told you what we call weed whackers?
No, but now I'm really curious.
We call them whippersnippers.
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 Yeah, because they whipper the grass and sniffer the grass, you know?
You damn whippersnippers.
You
You young whippersnippers.
The whippersnipper. You're gonna use the whippersnipper.
Do you know those?
That's funny because there's no way anyone says that aside from Australians.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I don't know. Is it only an Australian term?
I don't know. Maybe in Britain they have a silly name for them as well. Maybe they call them like silly willies or something. I don't know.
Whiffer sniffer. So true.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. Whipper snipper. Whipper the grass, snipper the grass.
Cat,
No.
do you know that like plastic bendable tube thing where like you take one end of it in your hand and then you like spin it around and it makes like a sound when you spin it in the air?
Yes.
What do you think?
Oh
the Australian
yeah,
word for that
those.
would be?
Those are not grown tubes, though. What are they called?
I forgot.
The Australian term?
Yeah.
Australian term would probably be like spinny whiny tube or some shit like that.
Boomsticks are the inflatable.
I think they're the whirly tubes.
Inflatable things.
Whirly tubes, maybe.
Maybe
Yeah,
they're with
I
like
think it's
whirly
whirly
gig.
tube.
Let me do Google.
What about the wacky waving arm inflatable tube man?
True.
What do you call that? Those girls?
We call them inflatable tube people.
The wacky waving arm inflatable tube man? Call it that?
Yeah, I think that's what we call it. Well, you don't like. I don't know. I've never heard anyone say the official name. I just hear people say like, "Oh, it's an inflatable man, inflatable tube man," something like that. Something along those lines.
Okay, yeah, they're called whistling tubes. Whirling
Whistling
tubes.
tubes. I love my whistling tubes.
Wow.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So true. That's what I was saying, honestly.
I'm glad. I'm glad you're saying that.
Oh, I looked up boomstick just so I could see what results I get, and I'm also seeing
You're probably gonna get a shotgun.
boomsticks. Actually, none of these are shotguns. Surprisingly.
What?
It's like those inflatable, those inflatable sticks that you'd bring to like a sports game or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they're like the two clappy ones. Yeah.
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 I thought
These
that's
things.
what you were referring to earlier.
That's what I see. No, I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about these. The ones you like. These ones. The ones I sent in the image, above.
Boom whackers.
Boom whackers. These
What are you
things.
talking about, Riz?
Boom. Wow.
And I'm also getting this character. I'm not sure what the fuck. Sticks the Badger from fucking Sonic? Is this an OC or is this like an actual fucking? Is this an actual fucking thing from Sonic?
Is that? Oh yeah, that's.
I see a lot of this fucking Sticks the Badger. I don't know. Oh, because it's from Sonic Boom. Oh,
yeah.
I see.
I don't know why they're coming up for boomwhackers.
Boomwhacker.
No, well, this is for boomsticks. I was looking at boomsticks and I was like, what are I looking at here?
What is happening to your stream right now?
You don't know. We gotta.
The weird thing is, boomwhackers. This is just some novelty thing. We don't have an equivalent to this because I'm never familiar with it.
You've never seen these?
Just a kid's toy, I guess.
I mean, yeah, like they have them in like music
the game
class.
I was trying to think of the things you bang together make noise. It's sports stuff. We call those thunder sticks.
Yeah, thunder sticks. Yeah.
Apparently, sometimes they're also called bam bams, which is funny.
Bam bams.
You never seen this video?
I need more image sources. I'm just gonna clock up my stream with all the.
Australian Miss Frizzle.
I don't think she's Australian.
Then who's called?
Wait, is that the? Let me.
I just think they're actually called boomwhackers.
You're gonna have to actually show it on stream.
Okay. Oh yes, I've seen that lady before. Okay.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
I've never seen this lady.
That is literally the only time I've seen those rows is from that lady. Okay, here, let me pull it up the stream on stream. Mute stream audio for a second.
She doesn't seem to be Australian.
This
This is the Harvard undergraduate drama. Look, they're not just in Australia. I'm telling you.
Boomwhacker is a percussion instrument in the plosive aerophone and idiophone family. Okay, this musical instrument was not invented until 1995. So
1995. Okay.
Okay. So you've had like what, fucking 30 years to hear it?
I don't know. We
How did we get on? I don't even remember anymore.
They're from like Arizona, Texas. I can't even joke about them being Australian.
See?
I mean, Texas is just the Australia of the United States.
Apparently these are exclusively an elementary classroom.
Yes!
Yeah, they didn't fund no music in my classroom.
Yeah, what we did was play the recorder
I mean, they look cool.
Okay. I have a question for you guys. Would you guys consider the recorder an instrument, like the one you use in elementary school?
Yes.
I mean, anything can be an instrument. Mayonnaise can be an instrument.
I had an argument with CL a bit ago, and she insisted that the recorder wasn't really an instrument.
It's an instrument.
Well, it's still an instrument, like regardless of like, you know.
I mean,
it's a type of flute.
Yeah, exactly.
I think
it's like saying the kazoo isn't an instrument.
Yeah, I think she's
it still is an
like,
instrument, you know.
Like bowling's not a sport. Like, are you talking linguistically? Yeah. Like, do you mean literally you don't think it's a sport, or do you mean it's not considered socially real enough to be a like? Yeah.
Because like, if you don't consider bowling to be a sport, then technically golf really isn't much of a sport. Anything that doesn't involve like running isn't like sport. But not.
And whippersnapper isn't a word.
Yeah, it's music.
Huh?
Don't stop believing on Boomwhackers. Pass.
Bye, Frozen. Bye. Oh wait, no, this is the old stuff.
I was just studying it because it has Harvard undergraduate dramas to say it was American.
Whippersniffer.
Hmm.
Oh, you're just not saying that, honey?
Yeah.
Not believing the Boomwhackers.
Can't believe you hate chat.
Yeah, I hate mouse in particular.
Oh.
Baiting. Oh god, Punz is showing this one.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't wait to see them on America's Got Talent.
Ooh, is that show even still around?
Probably. Cable slop.
Cool. I believe it.
Ask your parents. Your parents would know.
Yeah, okay, they're pretty good. IRG, hi.
Hi, Michaela.
Michaela, no way.
Also, Frozen, I'm glad to know that you're using my loud boo womp to terrorize other people. Good work.
I
mean, it is a fairly good choice for... It doesn't require as much explanation as some of our niche soundboards.
That is true. That's something I've been thinking about recently, is that like a lot of like the in-jokes that I use on stream or that we say is stuff that like a lot of people in chat just simply won't get, because it's just like, you know, how audiences change and all that, and new people coming in that like
it is true.
They won't understand these things.
They'll understand in time.
Fins absolutely love it. Oh, that's awesome, Frozen. Hell yeah.
Wow.
Thanks, CL. She made that one.
Yeah. I mean, you should make every clip from a Punz stream into a soundboard, like the one you sent me from CL the other day.
I don't know. I have a feeling that I'm gonna wake up to a very angry CL one of these days if I did that.
That's just usual.
Oh, but yeah, we were gonna complain about horse game. Okay, so
I've
been playing it off stream. It's okay. I think the game is really fun, but I really wish it wasn't a gacha game.
Like, I did see you say that.
I mean that's like 90% of gacha games, honestly. Like, how much better would would fucking even Genshin be if you could just like?
Oh my god, if
freely play with all the
Genshin wasn't a
characters?
gacha, it would fucking be the game. It would be game of the year. If they
I
didn't
don't
have
think
to, if they
that
didn't
much,
drip
but,
feed
like,
fucking everything, I don't
I
know.
don't,
It has
I
a
don't
lot
think,
of
I don't think
content.
it'd be game of the year, but like it'd be decent. Like, I don't know.
I feel like a lot of the choices they make in the game are because of the gacha. That a lot of the choices they make in the game that make it worse are because of the gacha.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
if it actually could have a progressive story and stuff like that, and I guess it kind of does, but if it actually could, it would be so much better.
I mean, just if you could play with all the characters that are actually fun. Because, like, all the free characters, those don't have abilities similar to the like, 5 stars, you know? Like,
Yeah.
the 5 stars just have cooler abilities. I don't know how they rate them in Genshin, it's been forever. Is it 4-star and 5-star? Is that how they do it?
Yeah, so there are 4-star and 5-star characters, correct.
Yeah, I thought so. It's been forever.
I never played Genshin, never even downloaded it.
Same.
I spent
I played it,
$2,000.
and the only time I spent money was actually, I shouldn't say that. Not
What?
on stream.
Say it.
Not on stream.
Fair, Rose. But, like, the thing I dislike about it most is, like, underneath, like, the aesthetic of the game, I feel like it kind of hates me for playing it, kind of, if that makes sense. Because
Yeah,
I don't think...
No, that's very classic of gachas, that they hate the player. They hate the player unless you give them money, and then they love you. And then that love goes away until you give it more money, and then they hate you again.
I think it even hates me even if I give it money, because I was telling Yukinyan this before stream, but so what the horse game does is, I can't even remember the freaking actual name. What it does is
Uma Musume?
Musume. What it does
Uma
is
Musume.
Pretty Derby.
So in order to access certain gachas, certain banners or whatever, some of them require you to use paid for currency. Some of them let you use both the ones you earn just by playing the game and completing quests and winning races and stuff like that. Some require you to use paid for currency. If you get enough paid currency for a banner, which is $21 at its cheapest, and you use that on the premium only gacha, you still only have a 3% chance of getting a 3-star from it. Which
Oh yeah, they're fucking awful chances.
is like so greedy. Like, and it's the same drop rate as like the normal gacha. It just has you get a guaranteed 3-star after 10 pulls. That's the only difference between the normal gacha and the premium gacha. That's it. It is crazy greedy.
Well, okay, so you said how much is it for one of the 10 pulls? Or one of the pulls of the 10 pull?
Yeah, it is $21.
21. So 21 times 10, $210 for a guaranteed 3-star, which based on the conversation
The guaranteed
we're having,
is probably not a fucking featured one. It's probably one of the like random ones they have on the side.
Yeah, because like there's a pool of 10 3-stars for
So $210 for a guaranteed 3-star, which in Uma Musume, from what you were talking about, 3 stars are essentially 5 stars for other gachas, because most gachas go to 5-star.
Yeah, because like you have to get.
That's actually consistent with Genshin and like the others that I've played is like one of the highest tier servants or characters or whatever is about $100 to $200. $210 is a little high though.
The best gacha I've seen, like in terms of being like giving you actual stuff, is Dragon Ball, the Dragon Ball Dokkan Battle one. It has
Got it.
hang on,
Hihi, hi.
It has like drop rates that are like, hang on, it has drop rates that are like something like 10% chance of you getting a, I guess 3-star, equivalent to a 3-star in this. But usually you want the featured one, which it's like a 50-50 on the 3% if you get a featured one, or if you get one from like the pool of like infinite useless 3 stars. And everything else is pretty much fodder, but like, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, it's an okay rate. 5%. 5%, and it's like $50 for a pool of 10. So, you know. And then it gives you a guarantee.
It's a little less toxic, but I vehemently despise gachas.
But
to my core. It doesn't matter how good they are.
But also, you get a lot of gems in the game, so it's like not so bad.
I also vehemently like despise gachas to my core, because it's like it feels like they are a blight on gaming, and it's like,
oh yeah,
I don't know if it's a
imagine if all
or...
these developers has like, imagine if all these people who developed these games actually worked on a game that you'd want to play, you know, like a decent fucking non-gacha game. How many better games would be out there?
A lot, probably.
I think the only gacha I ever played, I played like maybe a single day. I downloaded a it must have been when, what's the fucking Nintendo game? No, it's not even a Nintendo game.
What's the Nintendo game? Yeah, that one.
What's the game? Three Kingdoms that has it's vaguely a gacha world.
What are you talking about?
Fire Emblem. Okay. Fire Emblem had a mobile game that came out around maybe when Three Kingdoms came out. I think I downloaded the mobile game and played it on an airplane. It's like all I remember. And I didn't spend any money on it, of course. But I'm guessing that there's lots of Fire Emblem MOBA or Fire Emblem gacha stuff too, right?
Yeah, there was a... Was it Fates or was that a different... I forgot.
I'm looking now.
Fire Emblem players.
I think maybe it was Fire Emblem Heroes. It must be, because the move system looks vaguely familiar. Yeah, and it was 8 years ago, so that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I've been steering clear of gacha games. The only reason I'm playing this one is because it has a fun roguelike gameplay loop, and because I saw
It's in the
play
meta.
it. It's in the meta too.
zeitgeist.
It's in the zeitgeist. I saw this game and I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna play this, I need to play it now, or else like there's no point even bothering.
So NL played it, so you know you just have to play it because NL is super based.
True. But also like it's legit. It's just he came.
I mean,
to say,
I listened to a whole actually I've talked about the podcast before. I used to listen to a podcast called Dragon Ball Ballin' Out Super, which was 3 like Brooklyn comedians watching and reacting to Dragon Ball Super, and when they ran out of content they did all the other Dragon Ball stuff, but then they also did other anime, and on their Patreon they did on the Patreon episodes every week they did watch the first season of Uma Musume and hated it, and the weird sexual tension about the horse girls and their manager.
Oh, I know nothing about the anime. I have not looked into it whatsoever.
I've seen people watch it, and every single time I like tuned into it, it just did not appeal to me at all.
It's weird. It's obviously stems from like a fetish kink. And it's like weirdly sexualized, but then it like I feel like went in the other direction when they realized it had wider appeal. It's like the second season I don't think is like that, and then they got all the game tie-ins and stuff, and I'm pretty sure I don't think it's like as sexual as I remember the weirdness.
Game doesn't seem very sexual, at least from what I've seen. Mind you, I have been skipping through the.
Well, it needs to go on the App Store, so you know.
Yeah, I have been skipping through the story events, so most of that I haven't seen. The only thing close to that is like when you log in, like whatever horse girl you set to be on the home screen is like welcome home, whatever it is. I hope work was good today or something like that. If you like log in,
home,
like
jockey.
welcome home, trainer-san. They call you, I think.
Oh, you're a trainer. You're not a jockey. Okay.
Yeah, we're a trainer.
I guess you wouldn't be a jockey. They're not actually riding them. Like.
Welcome home, master. Would you like dinner, a bath, or me?
Speaking of that, there are definitely some that are like aimed at certain types. So like when the game when you create a fresh account in that game, you get, along with a bunch of other like fresh account item bonuses and stuff, you get a voucher for a free 3-star horse. So even before I got I pulled the 3-star, I did get a 3-star. And I picked one randomly. It was something Rice. She has a nice hat on like her icon. So I was like, oh, she has a nice hat. I'll take her. I rolled the Oni-chan one. The one that calls you Oni-chan.
Victorian hat kind of thing?
Freaking, what's something...
So wait, you're telling me there's Dami Mommy horses? Hold on.
I'm hiding the credit card.
No. There probably is one, but the one I wrote is the one that's like, big brother, I'll do my best for you, big bro. What's her name? Freaking.
That's awful, actually. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah. It's very Girl, what's her name? I'm trying to remember her name. I literally boot up the game and Rice Shower. There we go. Rice Shower. Rice Shower.
Rice Shower.
Rice Shower.
Oh, it is the one that I thought it was.
Is that like the actual horse's name too?
You said hats.
Yeah.
Because I do see stuff on Twitter about the like actual horses behind some of them, and they're not like sea biscuits, so I don't know any of the horses.
Yeah, my Twitter is like filled to the brim with that kind of content.
They're all Japanese horses, aren't they?
Nope.
Or like horses that competed in Japanese races.
I think they had to have competed in a Japanese race. I swear I saw that somewhere. But they're not only Japanese horses. So there's like American horses that compete in the Japanese circuit.
I meant they were Japanese like race horses, like they're in Japan. Like not that they were like bred in Japan only.
We did learn in VC that apparently horse racing is a big thing in Australia. I mean, I know it is in Japan.
Big.
Like, it is not a very big thing here.
No.
Everyone cares about the Melbourne Cup pretty much. I don't. I mean, everyone who cares about sports in general would usually care about the Melbourne Cup. We even have a racetrack in Townsville.
You have a money down on the ponies?
No, I've never done that. I don't gamble. Do I seem like I gamble too?
Apparently most of Australia does to some degree, right?
Yeah, I've like bet. I've not bet. I've gone gambling once. I spent $50 and I decided I don't want to gamble again.
No, you seem too anxious to be in the gambling.
What's that mean?
I mean, like, I'm the same way. Like, oh
Am I
no,
anxious?
what if I don't get money?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Wait, you're not anxious? Are you not anxious?
I mean,
Are you not
I don't know,
nervous?
maybe. I mean, some people say that. I don't know. I don't feel like it. I don't know.
Interesting.
I guess maybe I'm just like thinking of anxious in a different way than how most people think of it. I'm thinking anxious like if I feel anxious, I'm thinking there's a spider right there and I'm freaking the fuck out like that. I don't know. I guess I have been anxious before with just like sitting down and then my chest feels tight and that kind of thing, but not like I don't know, like anxious just generally. I don't know, maybe not.
Maybe there's a broader umbrella term here that I'm could get at. But no, like I don't know. I'm too risk averse to gamble.
Same.
That I guess there's one exception. When I was like a teenager, I would buy some scratch-off tickets. Like when I was like 18, I would like with each paycheck buy. They were like expensive ones. They were like the $10 or $20 ones because I felt like they perform better, and I would just buy one and not be tempted to like constantly buy them. And it was not worth it, but.
Yep. I was gonna say, like, I assume you got like nothing, or like I bet you got like your money back, because I also tried doing that when I was a teenager. Like occasionally my dad would let me buy tickets, and best I got was like $20 off of like a $5 ticket.
In my family, like we always have scratch offs in our stockings and like in our Christmas stockings.
Yeah, they would do that
like
too.
Yeah, which is funny because you know they only did that when we were adults, and my parents like it, but they're not like that into it.
No, my parents did that for me when I was I think like middle school, high school. But yeah, I never got anything. So I guess actually it kind of did better. It actually kind of made me less interested in gambling because of that, I think. Just because they just gave them to me for free and like I never got anything. So it's like, oh, so there's like no point in bothering with these, right? Got that instilled in me early. But yeah, no, I've always stayed away from gambling. I never got into casinos or anything like that.
Yeah, real gambling doesn't do anything for me, and it's actually not even the gambling aspect of gacha that does it for me. It's the desire for completionism. It's the desire to have all the characters. Like, some people are like, I gotta have the character because it's the good character. I gotta have the character because it's a character in the game and I want access to it.
Yeah.
So like my Genshin account, I had every single 4 and 5 star, excluding 2, up to the point that I quit. I had participated in every single, like they have a monthly banner. Well, it was actually like every 3 weeks or something, which that goes into tactics about gacha that I can get into. But I had every single like nameplate from every single one of those banners. I had every nameplate and every reward from every special event. I had like a complete account up to the point that I quit, because that's how I played. That's how I play games. That's what I want, and that's what they're targeting. Is they either target people that really like gambling, or they target people that really like collecting.
I heard they also target like people who are like single and like they target people who are like single and like decent income, basically. So that way they become like a significant like part of like your
Euler targeting.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I never had that. I mean, like one of the characters kind of partially became part of my personality, but that's just because I thought she was a really cool character and wanted to be like her. It wasn't because like I thought I was gonna fuck her, or that she's gonna be real in any way or shape or form. No, she's some pixels on the screen. I mean, there's probably some good. There's probably good. Yeah, Miko. There's probably some good material on her that is like that, but I like. That's it. I'm not delusional enough to think that anything real is going to come out of this character, or like that this fulfills that need for me. It never, nothing like that ever did.
Yeah, I mean, I've never had a anime character really fulfill that role, where like, I don't know. I guess using waifu in like the classic way you would say it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I would say call a character my waifu as a joke or something like that, but it was never I never really had a genuine like that kind of attachment to a character.
Yeah, me neither.
I can't say I've ever called a character my waifu, or I've never like looked at a character and gone, I'd want to fuck that character. Ever. Like, really.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, now wait a minute. Want to?
I don't know.
We're talking about drawings that are like literally perfect. Like you can draw a character that is literally perfect.
I don't know if I ever
With
told
artistic deviation.
You told us about some sussy mod you have installed for Skyrim, so I don't know.
Yeah, that wasn't about me wanting to fuck something specific. That was about me wanting to get fucked, Like I partner,
So you don't want to fuck that character, you want to be.
No, I don't even have that. No, well, there's no character that I have a preference for even. Like No. The thing is, I'm not looking at a character and going any character and saying like, oh, they're perfect for them to fuck me. It's like I don't care what is fucking me in these things. Like,
well, unfortunately, I have
that's
to
not as
identify
big
with
of an
Rose.
issue. Like, that doesn't really. I don't know.
Yeah, I was never a collector of. Like, I was never really specifically attracted to characters, and that isn't really.
Yeah.
It's not like the specific dynamic for me.
Like, I can say that someone's hot, and I can find certain things hot, but it's not like, I don't know. I would never, like, look up porn to find a character getting fucked to be like, yes, I like that character getting fucked. I wish I was that person fucking that character, I've never done that.
I mean, I don't know if I can say never, but I'm also significantly older, so just more time to stew in it, But then again, most of this stuff is like teenage or
I don't remember, but I'm sure I probably did that at some point as well. I started watching anime when I was a teenager, so I wouldn't put it past myself.
Yeah, you've owned a
with
body pillow.
With porn, I also like
You've owned a
avoid.
character pillow.
Okay, but that's only recent, and that was for the bit. It was just for the bit,
Mm-hmm.
Just for the bit.
It was a joke, guys.
I too.
It's just a joke.
Thanks for the bit.
Yeah,
It's a joke. It's just a joke.
It's just silly. Look at it. The mirror body pillow. It's so silly. Funny.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was seriously for the bit, and like also I'd never had a body pillow before, so I was like, I'll try using one. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean I've never had one, and also didn't.
I mean,
waifu culture kind of skipped me, but I'm also arguably older than, well, not older than waifu culture, but
I don't know if you want to say you're older than waifu culture.
I mean, just like it just wasn't a thing for me, I guess.
How old are you again now?
35.
Okay. But like, I feel like, well, I'm trying to think of like, if anime was anything like significant for you when you would be in like high school or whatever. Because when I was in high school, Attack on Titan just came out, and that shit went like mainstream. That brought a whole bunch of people into anime.
Oh yeah. You're young enough that anime became like not as much of a weird stigma. But like me, Yuki, like when I was in high school, anime would have been a huge stigma. Like I was not open about it at all. Like you had the only kind of anime anyone ever seen was like Naruto, Bleach.
One of the ones that
Piece,
I saw
Dragon
a lot
Ball.
of people like around me get really into anime, and like two separate like friend groups entirely, was Tokyo Ghoul. I think a lot of people got anime from Tokyo Ghoul. I don't know.
Yeah, that was a pretty popular one. I mean, there's a lot of really popular ones, but those are all like when anime. So I mean, literally, we're talking about the difference in like when nerd culture mainstreamed is
nerd culture,
like kind of relatively after I was a teen, and then when y'all were teens, like, you know, fucking Marvel is just mainstream culture, and like it's just default part of culture. It's like wasn't really like that even 10 years before.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
Anime was like something you hid and did not talk about. And I was like definitely a weeb, but I did not talk about it to people. I mean, like I had some like friends in high school, obviously, but like most people, you wouldn't really talk about it. I went to the anime club in high school once and was like, oh my god, I cannot hang out with these people.
Yeah, I know that feeling. Yeah, my anime club was also a little.
I cannot be wearing a Naruto headband.
I was at uni, and like I remember when people were like looking at things to like join. But like I had a friend who joined the anime one, and I couldn't. Like I went over the tent and like they had on the orientation day, and it was so fucking embarrassing. It's so cringe. I don't know. I can't do that shit.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard to like get over cringe and embrace what you like. Cause you know. I don't know. It's probably cool to actually just like what you like and tell people that. But maybe not wear the Dragon Ball t-shirts.
Don't wear the Dragon Ball t-shirts. Why not? What the fuck?
I mean, now they're kind of cool, but
Yeah.
now you'd probably be like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I love Dragon Ball.
Around a bunch of people and like uni? No, thank you. Around a bunch of losers like you? Hell yeah.
Exactly. I'm wearing a Kirby shirt right now that my friend got me from the Nintendo store. And I was like wearing it on the street and crossing a crosswalk, and the guy's like, nice shirt.
Cute.
But I guess that's, you know, Kirby's not exactly Naruto.
Outside of like Mario and Pokemon, I think Kirby is like a solid third for like the most recognizable Nintendo character, like, / franchise, I guess. So Kirby's pretty safe.
So Punz, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You've had your gecko for a long time, right?
Yeah.
What's your gecko's name again? Tetra?
His name is Tetra, yes.
What are they supposed to What's their bedding? What are they supposed to be in their tank?
At the moment, we have him on paper towels.
What's it supposed to be? Like, what would an enthusiast use?
So an enthusiast would use proper, what's the word? Like,
Like
they
a
would
substrate,
have,
like
yeah,
rocks?
substrate. They would have a proper substrate with like a bioactive setup, so that way there's like bugs to eat Tetra's poop and stuff, and like have like a mini ecosystem so that I don't have to clean anything.
Are they like bearded dragons where you like put them in like sand and rocks and stuff, or?
No, they're more like, they like to hang out in trees and stuff. So as long as they have like hiding places and like places to climb up to, they're fine. They don't need any kind of like fancy bedding or anything like that. But it would be more natural for him to have like proper substrate, because he can like kind of dig. Like, in fact, right now he's like trying to get under like one of the paper towels. I'm like looking over to my left, and he's over there trying to like nudge his head under some paper towels.
Oh, is Tetra in your office?
Yep.
Ah.
He's over there to my left. I say, pointing a hand that none of you can see.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see your hand.
Hi, Cynthia. Hi.
You've had your cam on the whole time.
Yeah.
Well, technically.
What the? No! I've broken the immersion. No.
We see everything.
You've been in the Zoom room. You never left the last Zoom room. You've just been in there.
No.
Punz, you've been in a coma, actually. We're all in the hospital room with you. We're trying to get you to wake up. Please. Please wake up, Punz. Please wake up. You need to wake up.
No. It can't be true. It can't be true. So many days have gone by. So many visual novels we've read. It can't be. It can't be.
Punz, it cannot be real that it takes almost like 4 months to read a visual novel that takes like 10 hours to play. Yeah, like, this isn't real life, Punz. This isn't real.
I always knew something was off. I always knew something didn't add up.
Yeah, obviously Northern Lion would never play a gacha. Would never play.
Yeah, he would never like participate in that weeb shit.
True. What was I thinking? I should have. As soon as he announced that, I should have been like, "Oh, I'm in a coma." Duh.
Yeah.
This is a fucking simulation.
I'm in a simulation. I'm in an alien simulation.
An alien simulation? Oh, an alien simulation. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, like I've been abducted by aliens and put in like a simulation while they, like, I don't know, analyze my body or whatever.
Oh, I thought they just used you for like batteries, like the most inefficient batteries ever made.
Simulate that pussy? Huh?
True.
Oh.
That is what they would do.
Are you saying they would anal probe me? Is that what the...
Guaranteed. They don't do that.
What they should do?
They don't do that in Mud Love.
It's just the polite thing to do.
They don't do that in Muv-Love. They just kind of kill humans. They like don't consider humans to be like living creatures. Yeah, I haven't. Okay. Oh yeah, I think I mentioned this a tiny bit to Nyan, but like and a bit during last stream. I am at the 3rd game of the Muv-Love series, and I am like more than halfway through said 3rd game, and I'm finally being shown what the aliens look like.
No way.
Yes, I now know what the aliens look like. Because Muv-Love is a series where the first game is literally like a high school romance visual novel, and then the second game the main character gets transported into an alternate universe of that world where a species of aliens called the Beta invade Earth. And so he gets basically does soldier training and learns to stop being a wimpy romance visual novel protagonist. And then he gets sent back in time and redoes things better on the second time loop, and then kind of like mans up a bit and becomes like
That's awful.
a great big character transformation. And finally, near the end of this, am I finally learning what the aliens look like?
So the author wrote one novel and then like decided they want to write another, but they had to write a sequel.
Yes. And then
It is pretty convoluted.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I am enjoying it. It is fairly good so far. I have a hard time recommending it though, because to get to what I feel like is the good part, I'm basically saying, hey, you need to read this romance visual novel that came out like over 2 decades ago, which is like a fairly average for the most part, and then you must go through a slice of life military visual novel where you don't fight the aliens and you only go in the mechs once, only to get to the good part where they actually get in the mechs and fight the aliens, which is like which involves like 60 hours of reading for those 2 novels combined. So it's kind of hard to recommend it, but like the end part is good. I guess you could kind of appreciate for the retroness of it, because like it is very retro, like in terms of like the character designs and the fact that like takes place in 1999 and all that jazz, and like I appreciate it like from a historical sense, being like, oh wow, I like they put a lot of effort into like adding custom unique characters to the backgrounds, which is like, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to like the visual novels we've been playing. They rarely like add custom background characters in Fatal 12, like even in like when we're at like the busy Shibuya station, like there's no people in the background. There's no background characters. In Muv-Luv, like even characters that exist for like one scene are like given character models and like moving mouths when they talk, and I'm just saying they're like damn, you know, they're putting a lot of effort into this side character that will literally cease to exist after this scene. That's pretty cool.
I can't remember why, but there's like, what's the third level of one? What's the alien invasion arc called, or the
alternative?
Yes, I like started watching Love Alternative the anime because I don't know why. Like someone said it was hype or something, and then I started watching it. I was just like, this is not hype, actually.
Okay, so it is hype if you read the first 2 visual novels before playing it, because you get to see the main character redo the timeline again while like learning characters of things and advance, and like being like, hey, the aliens are gonna do this on this day, and the scientist lady being like, oh, okay, we should probably like put some soldiers over there before that happens, and seeing how having prior knowledge of future events like affects things, and while also learning more about the world in the process. And
yeah,
also
you should watch the sci-fi movie Edge of Tomorrow.
Didn't we watch that last night?
Wait, what?
Edge of Tomorrow? Is that no, that's, what's the one where storms destroy Los Angeles and then it gets really
That's Day After Tomorrow.
Day After Tomorrow, God.
Oh, okay.
No, Edge of Tomorrow is Tom Cruise sci-fi movie. Some Groundhog Day elements.
Okay.
It's pretty good. I watched it on an airplane.
I will try and keep that in mind. Speaking of things on the mind, are we ready to...
So we're gonna start this stream or what?
Yeah.
Like...
No.
Yeah,
Absolutely not.
Yeah, Rose. Actually, this is we're just doing Punz and Pals. We haven't done it for the past couple of weeks. So
You brought me on as guest again? Oh, and you brought my dad with me too.
Yeah. You know, I just.
I'm missing Suki and Theo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I couldn't get them in today, but like, you know, I figured like
it's
been so long.
Scheduling.
Yeah, scheduling. Mel and Kat have very busy schedules, you know, so I figured we just pull them in on a Saturday, you know.
Right.
But yes, after an hour of stalling, we are gonna actually start the visual novel.
Actually, I want to go clean my glasses out now. I got glasses that I want to fill with alcohol on it.
Oh, actually, I think I need to go clean the entire house real quick. Yeah, deep clean. Sorry, I'm busy for the next 7 hours.
What? What, do you have something else to do, Mel?
Yeah, I have to go milk the cows. And take care of the farm animals.
Honey, don't you dare call me a cow.
That sounds a little fucked up, don't you think?
Yeah, I can't believe you would call your girlfriend a cow on stream, Mel. SMH.
Yeah.
SMH. But yes, it is. There we go. Let me get the. All right. Well, let us recap what happened last time on Fatal 12. Steel finally got eliminated.
At long last.
At long last. At long last, after being a little slimy manipulator, he finally got eliminated.
Yeah, it was sleazier than. Like, he didn't really necessarily come off that sleazy before, but then at the end, he's just like, actually, I'm super sleazy.
I'm super sleazy, and like, because like in
yeah,
the
I was like,
process of
actually, dude,
him,
I thought you were just a photographer. Why are you a like disgusting monster? I thought you were just paparazzi.
He was evil paparazzi.
Ew.
And I think that's and now we're down to just 4 characters. Just Rinka, Maharu, Federico, and Alan Scorpion.
I mean, Federico is the worst of the remaining people. So, but he's still not a good villain. So, like, obviously, Petra's the villain, but.
You mean Parka?
Parka, yeah. Tetra is actually in the game.
What the?
Tetra's the villain. Tetra was the villain.
What'd you say? What'd you say, Kat?
Tetra was the villain the whole time.
No, Tetra, how could you do this to me? Currently, Tetra is licking his eye.
Standard.
Yep. He's just sitting on his rock, licking his eye.
It was very gecko-like of him.
Did I click start a new game? For some reason, I clicked start a new game instead of play the actual thing. But yeah, all right. Let us get right to it and let's see what happens. How could I forget something that important? It doesn't feel like I've had a nightmare when I jolt awake. I normally wake up in a cold sweat whenever that man appears in my dreams. Wow. Looks like Leave pawed the covers off of me at some point. That explains why it feels so cold.
The corners off me.
Cold? I don't even know what that would mean.
I guess you're smooth now if he pawed all the corners off of you.
I am non-angular.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah, back.
Well, actually, you don't even want to be angular. I was gonna say very aerodynamic, but I guess if you want to, you actually kind of want a little bit of like pointiness to you if you want to be.
You want some pointiness to you.
Hmm?
I said you want some pointiness to you.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I don't know. Take it how you want it.
Okay. You know what I think about that, Rose? I think it's got nothing to do with the temperature.
Mm-hmm.
It's got more to do with the fact that I remember the man appearing in my dreams. I'm not sure why, but I'd completely forgotten about him until now. That's right, he's appeared a number of times before. Some theories claim that the brain organizes one's memories while they sleep, which results in our dreams. It may be possible to dream about past events like that you've forgotten based on that theory, but the dreams that I have feel more like I'm literally reliving those events. Dreams. Like I said,
Dreams.
the dream world represents a wealth of possibilities. In that case, they might not be mere memories, but the representation of a world that could be. Who in the world is that man? Well? Yeah,
And
probably.
the cats?
What do you say, Rose?
That is the man the cat?
Yeah, that's basically I think what's being insinuated
I
by
think
the
so.
like of his appearance every time.
Does the man have a gem around his neck? I never really noticed, to be honest. That'd be really funny if he did. I just like didn't pay attention to that at all.
Oh no, it won't let me go back. I'll never. No.
What's the character's name? Mysterious Man?
I think literally just mysterious.
Just Mysterious Man, yeah. He's clearly a god, but it's hard to tell what. Probably another god of fate.
What's this game called?
Fatal 12.
Fatal 12. I think it says in the group chat. But
Yeah, I just
For
like have awful memory, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, he has a gem hanging from his ear, but I don't know if it's the same. It's not the same gem, but it is a gem hanging from his ear, and he does have
Oh, I've long thought that this cat is a
aqua
strange man.
eyes.
yeah,
Yeah.
there is no way that this cat has a gem on his neck and his little collar here, and like they just added that.
It's a different
for the
type of
fun
gem.
things.
It's a different type of gem. Here, I'll put the image of
I
the guy.
truly thought that this cat's actual mysterious bullshit would have come up by now. So it's fun that you bring that up because every time the cat's on screen, I'm like, is this going to be the day that the cat's role is revealed? Because obviously the cat is something.
Yeah, because like we're down to the bottom 4 contestants, so like we are approaching the end.
We're down to the wire, yeah.
Yeah. Like
But look, the Mysterious Man also has like kind of similar colored eyes. Like I can see it. I can 100% see it.
yeah, let me.
But
Yeah. I think he has like the exact same color eyes. I'll show this on stream for your chat. There you go. Yeah, yeah, this guy is definitely the cat. They had the same color eyes, although
I mean,
the
I
earring
wouldn't
is
say.
different.
I wouldn't say definitely the cat, but it's probably the cat. It's probably the cat.
Either they're connected somehow, or he is the cat. I think.
Yeah. I just would never like 100% say something is something unless I like, you know, was explicitly told.
No, I'm just making predictions.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably pointless to rely on Leith for an answer. Who knows? Maybe that. Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows?
Maybe that world has dreams of the past as well. Then again, I can't say whether or not cats even dream in the first place. I can't believe I forgot something that important. I really am horrible. I wonder if Miharu remembers those days. Then again, it's Miharu we're talking about. She definitely does. Oh yeah, she was having a dream about hanging out with Miharu as a kid. And I did the fairy voice for Rinka. I remember now. I remember.
I remember.
What is that?
I remember.
I remember. Probably noticed that I'd forgotten and decided not to bring it up. Those events feel heavier than her confession somehow. In fact, it might even be possible that she's liked me ever since those days. Maybe I'm thinking too highly of myself, but it would explain why she hates saying goodbye. I still need to give her an answer. I feel my cheeks heat up as I recall her confession. It's almost been a week. I wonder if there's a time limit or something for people on the receiving end of the confession. It'd help if someone told me. Or I'm just like, nope, we took too long. Doesn't count. Too late. I'll put it off for just a bit longer. If she asks about it, I'll apologize and explain.
That is pretty long to wait when you're in a weekly death match.
I think Miharu would like to know sooner rather than later, Rinka. Alan and Federico are so at large, so I don't want to answer her until I settle things with them. Are you sure? You don't even know for sure if you are going to go to settle things with them.
One sec. Getting into character.
He's locking in.
Morning, Rennie.
Coming to school every Monday has been something of a cathartic experience for me lately. It's proof that I'm able to live and see another week. Miharu is already there by the time I arrive, so we spend some time chatting until class starts. Doodle Mao, I guess. Lunch rolls around, I make my way to the rooftop as usual. Meanwhile, Mao stays in class so she can finish up the homework that needs to be handed in during 5th period. Homework given to us last Tuesday, might I add. I finished it that day. Finished the day we got, so I get to chill and enjoy my lunch. After some small talk, I decided to bring up an important topic. Hey Miharu, about what happened in the Court of Fate last night. I'm referring
The two of them have just been sitting there, small talking, and haven't been talking about the Court of Fate. This is so funny to me.
Yeah.
That's small talk. What are you talking about?
Yeah, small talk. Let's take.
Did you watch Squid Game last night?
Did you watch Good Game? I
So
can't believe that
about
professor
last
assigned us
round and
homework.
Squid Game.
Squid Game. Squid Game.
I'm referring to the discussion between Federico and Parka about whether or not her vessel has access to her powers. Well, it turns out that isn't the case. Parka did say that she retains the ability to alter fate, even from within her vessel. That statement seemed to take Miharu by surprise.
You already know my regret, so I'm fine with telling you. Parka likely knows my feelings for you as well. My surprise was from realizing that she may have had a hand in us meeting here again here at Amicho.
Apparently, Miharu wanted to see me again ever since that day. That never came about due to her family circumstances, though. They moved to the countryside not long after our last meeting, and they did it because her dad had caused an accident in which a child lost their life. Not only did the family get ostracized by the locals, but they faced harassment as well. They refused to let Miharu attend a nearby elementary school with things like that. Once they moved to the countryside, they started using her mother's maiden name instead of her father's. That accident left her father mentally impaired and unable to hold a standard job. It eventually led to him committing suicide when she was in 6th grade. Jesus.
Rough.
Holy fuck. My father couldn't bear to live with what he had done. Some say he was irresponsible, but I disagree. Of course, it turns out that I inherited his weakness.
Suicide was Miharu's cause of death as well. I know this, but I've never asked why. And it might be best that I never know, in truth. Miharu continues her story. Her father's suicide incited rumors of the accident he caused to spread. The results were even more fierce in such a small rural area and led to her entire family having to move once again. Having returned to Tokyo, Miharu chose to enter Amicha because it offered scholarships to middle school students and it carried the appeal to those wishing to attend college. I just rejoined the stream and the first thing I hear is he committed suicide. What the heck? Yeah. Well, welcome to Fatal 12 HD. There's quite a bit of tragedy in this visual novel of ours. Like, I don't think, other than like the dude that was eliminated first, like the company executive guy who was a bit fat. I think almost everyone participating had some kind of tragedy in their life leading up, either like before or like during their death or whatnot.
I don't know. Never getting to have a dog. It's kind of a tragedy.
I know, he had such a hard life. Couldn't get a dog.
Yeah, his life was so hard. He couldn't have a dog.
Like, I still don't fully understand that one. I mean, mind you, it has been literally several months since we've read his parts, so I could be forgetting something, but I don't know why he couldn't get a dog and like afford a home.
I mean,
and get a dog.
It's because his life was so fulfilled in other ways that he didn't, like, that's all he couldn't have.
Wasn't it something else? I thought it was. I don't remember, but
No, it was never had a dog.
But his regret was definitely not having a dog. But I never know why he couldn't have a dog.
I swear they told us more and we just forgot.
Yeah, it's completely
because it was completely inconsequential because he was a nothing character.
Yeah. His role in the story was just to show you how the battle royale worked.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Like, and that's it. That was his entire role. And I guess to make, I think Odette eliminated him, right? So, and also to set up Odette as like a threat, I guess. She only knew my name at the time, so the chances of us meeting again were slim, especially when you consider that I wasn't part of any clubs or particularly well known. Even so, Miharu's wish to find me again never faltered, so figured she figured she would have the best chance by going to a school in Tokyo.
Just as I was ready to give up, we reunited in high school. You were somehow more cute and charming than I remembered. At first I considered it nothing short of a miracle, but what if Parker altered fate knowing how I felt about you?
Why would she bother?
So she could enjoy watching us struggle against one another, knowing full well that we both would become participants. Let's not forget how the standards are for Amicha compared to your midterm grades. There's no way you could have gotten accepted without a fairly big push from fate itself.
What was that? A backhanded compliment? I figured she was joking at first as a way to lighten the mood, but judging by her reaction to my comment, she's serious. Ouch, my pride. Guess I can't blame her. She's been aware of my middling grades since my acceptance, but still, being told I'm an idiot to my face sucks.
Sorry, now isn't the appropriate time to discuss.
No, it's fine. You worry too much. I can do pretty well on exams if I actually put in the effort. That's exactly what I did to get in here, so I'm not about to chalk it up to Parker's influence alone. Let's say she did have a hand in our reunion, though. The time we spent together since then is still ours. I'm confident in that claim. There's no denying that fate can be, and has been, altered through divine selection. The results may not be perfect, but it's clear there is a power we can't begin to comprehend at play. Still, that doesn't make the time we spent together meaningless.
Yeah, you're right. I must be worrying over nothing.
After saying that, she offers a pleasant smile. Her hair dances in the gentle breeze.
Incidentally, remember to study for the finals. It might be hard for you, all things considered. But know that with your whole life ahead of you, you have your whole life ahead of you after all this is over with.
Same to you, Maharu. My stance won't change. The bell rings soon after.
This statement is false.
No, you're gonna. No, sorry guys, I don't know. I got like a weird headache there all of a sudden. That was weird. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, the bell rings soon after. It goes to show how long we've been talking. We clean up in a hurry and make our way to class. She never asked about my answer to her confession, despite our being alone. I feel bad about that. Shima Miharu watches Rinka from behind as they make their way back to their classroom. She is under the impression that Rinka has forgotten about their meeting when they were children. Her attitude makes it apparent that she remembers those events, but Miharu understands that either her confession or regret card triggered Rinka's memory. She doesn't mind if Rinka forgot, considering how long ago it was. In fact, it would be a bigger issue if she does remember, based on her attitude towards Miharu. Miharu is willing to forgive Rinka no matter what she does, though. More importantly, Miharu doesn't actually recognize Rinka at first. Why are we doing a weird third person? Why can't we just read this from Miharu's thoughts?
I don't know.
It was Miharu's first year at Amika. She often found herself alone due to lack of friends beside Mao. Her superb grades and looks caused others to avoid her for reasons only they understood. One day, soon after starting high school, she was on the rooftop by herself as Mao had business elsewhere. The scars on her wrist were already present. However, due to being alone, she had forgotten to keep them out of sight. Didn't that hurt? The school year had just begun, so she didn't know the name of that girl. At first, she thought they might be from the middle school due to their height, but the uniform ran counter to her assumption. Miharu made no attempt to answer their thoughtless question. She was panicking over the possibility of her wrists being seen. Doubly due to rumors that had begun to spread. Well, whatever, not my business. I'm glad the rooftop's open to us, though. I was hoping to enjoy the breeze. After they say that, they sit down right next to Miharu. Also, has the third person narration of Miharu's inner thoughts been referring to Rinka as they them pronouns this whole time? Or...
this game is translated, right?
I don't know. I believe this is...
Because if it's translated from Japanese, it probably doesn't matter because there's not so many gendered pronouns in Japan anymore.
I don't... I should probably actually check that.
Well, she did freak out because she was saying that they're both girls. I feel like if she was
not
aware of all that stuff, she would have already not had an issue with that sort of thing. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just... it was just something I noticed. It's probably nothing.
It's probably just the translation. It's probably not explicitly for that reason.
Yeah. Miharu swears to herself that she won't speak to them. She gazes towards the horizon instead. They never did try to say anything else to her, though. Miharu eventually caved and braved a glance at the girl. They were gazing into the distance as well. Something sparked within Miharu the moment she looked over. She knew she was right, and yet she couldn't bring herself to speak. Oh, there's a bell. Saying that, the girl stood up to leave. Much to Miharu's surprise, she found herself far too nervous to give any kind of response. Well, until next time. The innocuous event was all it took to set Miharu free. It only took her till that afternoon to learn that girl's name was Kishimai Rinka, and by the end of the next day, they and Mao had become close enough to have lunch and go home together. Rinka has yet to give her an answer. Miharu is still unable to smile whenever she looks at her despite that, however. I hate to do a break immediately after we start reading, but this is the hour-and-a-half mark, so if I need to fill my water bottle, if anyone else needs to go pee or get a food or a snack or whatever, feel free to do that. Yeah. And then I'll keep on reading. Back in a second.
Oh, where's everyone going?
Who knows?
Okay.
I'm back. I beat Punz.
No way.
What? Speedster.
Chad doesn't know this, but all of us are playing Uma Musume in the background while we play the game. While we play this game.
Oh, I'm playing Gwent in the background. Instead.
Gwent.
Yeah. I haven't played him forever, and someone's saying something about like us talking about what is it? My brain doesn't fucking work. Holy.
We know.
Gotcha games. People saying stuff about gotcha games made me be like, you know what? I didn't play Gwent enough. I really did not play Gwent enough.
Yeah, the Gwent, the gotcha game, the famous gotcha game that gotcha players play.
Well, I'm pretty sure you can get cards in this. I'm pretty sure you can gotcha the cards.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, shit. I kind of want an all monster deck, to be honest. That shit sounds kind of sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I'm eating pizza.
Proud of you.
Pizza! Can I have some?
You wouldn't like it's got pineapple on it.
You're
It's
right,
not
pineapple's
for
kind of
you.
gross.
The crisp snap of the can.
I know, right? I think you can gotcha the crates. I actually don't know. I don't know if you can pay for the crates or not. It hasn't been pushed down my throat, so I actually don't know.
Oh, but once it's pushed down your throat, you'll know.
Yeah, I mean, if it does get pushed down my throat, maybe it is just you play and you earn them. I doubt it though. Surely not.
Germa is playing something called Die by the Sword.
Die by the sword.
It's a retro game.
You know what else I never played, but I really should play?
What?
I never played The Witcher Thronebreaker or The Witcher Tales Thronebreaker. I really should.
Can't say I know what that is.
What's that, Rose?
It's like I think it's a card game. I think it's Gwent, but it's like a story mode kind of thing. I'm not entirely sure. But I hear a lot of people say it's decent, from what I know.
I never heard of that until now.
It is. Okay, yeah. It's a... So from what I'm reading, it's a spin-off Witcher video game franchise of the It's a spin-off of the Witcher video game franchise, and acts as a standalone single-player component for Gwent, the Witcher card game. Yeah. Not that. It's not. But apparently, it has like story stuff that's like kind of relevant in it. So I kind of want to play it for that. So I kind of just like the Witcher story. I mean, I read most of the books. I really need to finish them, actually.
Are you also gonna pour out a glass of water when you play those?
Did you hear that? Did I not? Did you not? How did you hear that? I have my like sound.
we overheard it.
We can hear everything.
Actually, why is the sound suppression not working?
I don't know. We also heard you whispering too when you were like looking up something.
There, is that better?
Sounds the same.
No?
But sure.
Sounds the same.
What the fuck?
I mean, like you
I
sound
mean,
fine.
you don't need
I
to
love-
change anything.
Yeah.
I love when the
funny.
application doesn't like audio fucking, I don't know what it's called. Doesn't actually cut out the audio.
Audio.
Epic.
Audio Jungle.
Speaking about audio, are we all here?
Yeah,
I guess so.
Okay.
we are. Factually.
Yes. Kidding. I head back home as soon as class is over. Mahara left in a hurry due to work, while Naomi has other things to do. Mao's normally the one to ask if she wants to head home together, so I left without her. I hear the sound of someone racing up behind me on the way, though.
Rennie.
I guess Mao has decided to chase after me. What's up?
You still haven't given me an answer, have you?
Nope.
Well, that's very you of you. Shows that you're giving it a lot of thought, though. I'm sure you've got plenty else in your mind, too, including unrelated stuff. It's not that you don't want to give her an answer, right? It's just that you have other things to clear up first, right? Right. So in that case, I'll do you a solid and tell her that it'll take you a bit longer.
Wow. I think this makes me wonder if she really isn't involved in divine selection at all. I know deep down that she isn't, though. While she can seem very dense at first blush, Mal can pick up on the most subtle clues. In fact, she might even know more about us and the change in our behavior than we do ourselves.
No worries, just leave it to Mal. Make sure you're set on your answer, even if it takes a while to find. Remember, nothing will change no matter how you respond. Well, I guess things would if you... Wait, we've had this conversation already. Oh yeah, might as well mention that Nowrin's probably caught on by now, too.
Really?
As real can be. Not that it matters, though. See you tomorrow.
I don't know. I feel like that might matter a bit, Mal. Mal dashes off in front of me after saying her piece. There's no one who shows their consideration quite like Mal. Although, that was a huge relief for me. She made it clear that I have the time to think and answer when I'm good and ready. My priority isn't how our relationship will develop moving forward. It's figuring out how to make sure we both survive. Change into some clothes I don't mind getting dirty when I get home. My gran asked me to do something for her, so today I'm keeping the store closed so I can finally get around to it. Cleaning her room, I mean. She had planned on coming home this week for a bit, but that got cancelled thanks to scale. When she'd get another chance was anyone's guess, so she asked me to clean her room for her. I actually got scolded for not having cleaned it already, but that's only because I thought it would be better not to mess with her stuff. I'll start cleaning it regularly after today. Something else I need to do in here, though.
Welcome home and goodbye. Hopefully forever.
Maharu attempts to greet her customer as per usual, but she switches gears the moment she sees their faces. It's none other than Federico. The fact that he's here means that he has business with her. She shows him to his seat and then brings him some water. Leaving him to another staff member is too risky, so she decides to wait on him herself.
Rose, it's time to be your favorite character.
Yeah, I love this guy. He's so cool and like.
Yeah, especially when he hits on teenagers.
Yeah, so
Yeah, yes, and like also when he's like just an asshole to like everyone else, just in general, and has no redeemable qualities. He's pretty sick. Ugh. Even the first line, what the fuck? Gorgeous as ever, right? Ain't ya? When's your shift end?
Shall I have my manager ban you for life?
I'm already banned from one place, so do me a favor and cut me some slack. Anyway, I'm only here to talk, so chill.
You know, you can do that without hitting on a high schooler, Federico. It isn't hard for her to figure out that he's referring to Milk Crown. She isn't aware of the specifics, but chances are it involved him getting blackout drunk. More importantly, something seems off about him to her. He seems far more composed than usual, almost like he has completely changed since she last saw him.
What's up?
Nothing. Do you mind waiting another hour or so? We could talk during my break.
Sure, works for me. Mind bringing me a wine list then? Wine at a fucking cafe? Yeah, sure. Like what?
We don't serve any wine here, I'm afraid. All we have is bitter coffee, filled to the brim with a pretense of love.
Guess I'll have one of those then.
He pulls out a book after giving his order. It's a book that seems unusual for a man like him, Not on a visual level, the cover suits his image well, rather its contents. A collection of works from a famous painter.
I don't believe this.
Haru casts her mind back to when she and Odette first went to an art exhibition focused on the very same artists. I retreat to my bedroom after an hour or so of cleaning. Dealing with 2 months of dust is tougher than expected. Lots of vacuuming, not to mention the initial round of dusting. Doesn't help that she's got everything nice and organized, so I have to be extra careful. I need to do this on a regular basis. About halfway done now, so it feels like an appropriate time to take a break. Gran. My thoughts, room to breathe. Cleaning her room doesn't bother me at all. It just hurts when I think that I won't see her again for a while longer. In all honesty, I'd be lying if I said I don't hold a grudge against Gale for what he did. The sadness I feel over her not coming home far outweighs it though. Okay, round 2. I guzzle half of my sports drink before getting back to work. Mountain Scorpion finds himself standing outside Lionhouse. A sign declaring its closure for the day causes him to sigh.
Bad timing.
While a common sight for the store's regular, it is a spot of bad luck for Alan. He wants to discuss things properly with Rinka. He could do it over the phone, seeing as he has her number, but he wants to see the look in her eyes as he does it.
So be it.
Alan abandons his plan and sets off to find somewhere else to satisfy his hunger.
He hungers for violence. Sorry for the wait.
Federico has long since finished his coffee by the time Miharu comes over to see him. He closes his book and cuts to the chase.
Tell me, Ellen Scorpion's cause of death.
The contrast between him doing this and his typical attitude takes Miharu aback. Federico notices this, but opts not to address it.
We made an agreement that you'd tell us after you was eliminated. He's just like, I lied. Like, what? Why would she ever do that? Things might have gotten a bit muddled up with Odette going rogue and Scale trying to eliminate you, but I still have the right to know.
His attitude continues to surprise her. She had him pegged as...
I kind of hope she just, like, says fuck off, honestly.
Just, nah. Nah, go away.
No, fuck off.
She had him pegged as far more brash and careless person, the type that could never truly be cruel to another. The impression remained firm even during that last round of divine selection. He even seemed the same when he first arrived at the restaurant, but everything changed the moment he took his seat.
You have a point.
It takes a moment to think before answering. Ignoring him outright is one option. He seems to hold no hostility towards her. Add in the fact that he seems worth talking to right now, and...
There are 2 issues I have with it, but this isn't quite the place to discuss either. Is there any way you can get yourself back into that bar's good graces?
Guess you're right. Fine. I'll see what I can do.
This is absolutely not the place to discuss anything related to divine selection. Miharu is confident he'll be able to sort something out, although the confidence that she has in him perplexes her. After arranging to meet up in 3 hours, Federico pays his bill and leaves. Night has fallen by the time I finish cleaning my grand's room. Getting it all out of the way today was a good call, at least. It looks nice and clean now. All that's left is to wash the windows on Saturday. Take a nice warm shower to wash off all the sweat and dust. Ideally, I followed that up by crawling to bed and sleeping, but there's something else I need to do first. I take a deep breath and turn my attention to a certain book. It mainly is the same. It looks exactly the same as my card book. The one major difference is that this one is far more worn than mine.
But
To the extent that it looks like it'll fall apart without proper care. The color and decorations on it are practically the same too, although hers feels somehow more unique than my card book. Almost like it was handcrafted as opposed to being mass-produced. My gran was surprised when she saw my card book during my visit the other day. I recall sending her a photo of it back before I realized its purpose. She didn't seem concerned at the time, claiming that there might have been similar books in her room. It wasn't until she saw the real thing that she remembered having one that looked the exact same. Really? Just seeing it, I don't know, just like, oh yeah, I have one of those. There's no way I could let that comment slip past. I asked if I could go check it out while cleaning her room, which she agreed to. Took a little effort to find, considering she remembered where it was. All I had to do was pull out a box from the bottom of her bookshelf and open it. This belongs to her great-great-grandmother. She told me anyway. That would mean this would be this has been around for over 100 years. Makes sense considering its ragged condition. The book's history alone makes it a pretty important relic. With that in mind, I take a deep breath before opening it. Its contents are all written in English, which doesn't surprise me. My gran revealed that her own gran was from England, making her a quarter English. Kind of amazed that she never once brought that up in the 16 years we spent together. When questioned about it, she replied that it's because I never thought to ask. Not only does this mean I'm 1/16th English, but it apparently also explains the gold coloring in some of my hair. Setting that aside, she also said that she never bothered to read the book because her grasp of English is poor, to put it nicely. It remained an portmanteau of her gran, however, so she couldn't bring herself to throw it away. Like, I think at that point, like, she would... Maybe she'd ask, like, a friend who knew English to read it, or something. It's a diary. The first page is a simple brown flyleaf. Page 2 is where the diary starts. It's all handwritten, although the ink is starting to fade here and there due to its age. I can't say I'm too familiar with English writing habits, but there's something about the penmanship that tells me it was written by a woman. That would mean it's my great-great-grandmother's diary.
Gendered penmanship.
Gendered penmanship. Is it because...
I mean, to be fair, I have seen, like, writing from women and writing from men, typically.
It's girly.
Typically. Men have worse handwriting.
It's how she recognized girly cursive.
Although that's not entirely always.
The best handwriting I've ever seen belonged to a man.
That's, yeah, as I was saying, it's not entirely always true. It's just typically I've seen men with bad handwriting. But
and they played
like,
sports and roughhoused.
Yeah, it's because they play sports and roughhouse unless they tear up their hands, right? Yeah, that's why it's gendered.
No.
I placed my card book next to the diary before opening it. I should be able to read it just fine thanks to the card book's effect. Or not. It's kind of hard to parse when the writing's so faded. It takes me half an hour to make it through just 2 pages. The best comparison I can make is that it's like trying to read Japanese, except the kanji are all jumbled up. And I guess that isn't an entirely inaccurate way of describing cursive. Not being able to make out certain phrases is what makes it hard to decipher, basically. But what I could get through seems like a regular diary. She talks about the food she ate, who she talked to, that kind of stuff. I was right about it being written around 100 years ago. So it's pretty interesting to learn the cultural differences between the early 1900s and today. It'll take a while to get through the entire thing at this pace though. Plus, it might not say anything related to divine selection at all. It might be best if I just checked whether or not diaries like this were sold at the time, and if I can't find anything relevant by flipping through. Guess I should give it some more time. I'll read one more page tonight before bed, and then a few more tomorrow. That should be enough to decide if it's worth pursuing the rest or not. I noticed something curious while solidifying my plan. Oh, I almost forgot. This diary was made and given to me by my sister Diana for my birthday. That explains my earlier thoughts, although I figured it was more due to the time taking its toll on the book rather than its craftsmanship. Now I'm even more curious about the link between it and our card books. It's definitely one of a kind. There was no internet back then, so they couldn't have published the design somewhere for others to easily replicate. The theory I had 10 minutes ago has already been proven wrong thanks to this. I mean, they could still make that book in like a printing press or something. The diary might just have the answers I'm looking for. My gut is telling me I'm right. I doubt anyone would think otherwise when faced with these same mysteries. I had planned on studying tonight, but that can wait. Instead, I take the diary downstairs with me. I'll need the right environment to read through this beast. Mahara finds herself at Milk Crown for the first time in around 2 weeks.
Crown.
Milk Crown.
Milk Crown. It's always fun to read things in all capital letters like that.
Guilty Crown.
Guilty Crown. Try. While the idea of a high schooler visiting a bar like this is problematic in and of itself, Miharu has already become accustomed to it.
I managed to smooth things out, just as promised.
Rodrigo is already there by the time she arrives. He's wasted no time in buying a drink, it seems. The bar's lighting reflecting off the amber liquid in his glass.
We agreed that he'd let me back if I bought the most expensive whiskey on the shelf. It's damn good. Want some? Pretty sure he'd let it slide. You bought it, like, it's yours. You can't give it away, right? Like, I don't think that's... Oh, because she's not... yeah, forget the fact that she's not old enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you
I was
see,
gonna say,
right?
what? I was gonna say, they can't have an issue with you buying alcohol, right? Like, if you give it to someone else, who cares if you buy the drink for someone else?
They don't care if it's
But if
someone
they're
else, as
underage,
long as
yes.
it's not a minor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't realize, I didn't think about that. I forgot that they were underage.
And it's still there are some places, and like I don't know if Japan is like this, but in the U.S. where like minors are allowed to drink under parental supervision. There's no way that counts for here.
In that's a private premises.
Yeah.
But also, it has to be like the owner of the private premises. I'm pretty sure that has to be allowing it. Like, you can't just like walk into a bar and the bar be like, "Oh, this is a private premises. Here you go. Here's some beer."
Yeah, exactly.
It's like if you're at your own house. And that's the thing in Australia as well. Like, you can give your child alcohol if you want.
You shouldn't,
which
but...
is weird.
Yeah, you probably
But,
shouldn't.
you know, you could.
I'm sure I made my intention not drink clear last time. Sorry to disappoint. But could you just get me some milk?
The decision leaves him visibly disappointed, laying to him and the bar owner clinking their glasses together on their own. Miharu sighs in response, as the owner doesn't seem to care at all that Federico had been barred once before now that he's forking out a hefty sum for a drink.
Right. Now you and me spend some quality time together. Oh, now for you and me to spend some quality time together.
Personally, I think I'd rather gouge my eyes out. Oh, please, any more of that talk and I might become allergic to you.
Basically the same line.
Yeah.
Like, the same fucking vibe.
Federico's attitude while drinking is much more in line with her previous image of him. She feels an odd sense of relief wash over this.
Oh well. You said you were you said there were 2 issues with revealing Alan's cause of death, right? Jesus Christ, I can't fucking read. Okay, hang on. Breathe. Alright. Oh well. You said there were 2 issues with revealing Alan's cause of death, right? Fill me in on those first. Why was that so hard?
Rose, how much have I had to drink tonight?
Not much.
Ma'am, have you been drinking tonight?
I have been drinking.
Ma'am, have you had enough to drink tonight?
I've had nothing to drink
No,
tonight.
not enough.
Yeah, you should get us a drink.
I should get us a drink?
Oh,
You're not in this.
Damn it, I'm not in the scene.
Hi, Melanie.
Get fucked.
Enjoy making us a drink.
Fucking scale pops out of nowhere.
I'm still alive.
Alan Scorpion is here at Milk Crown.
At Milk Crown.
Go on, Melanie. Be a good girl and get mommy a drink.
All right.
Cat.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
I got distracted and forgot that it was my line. Fine. The first issue is that I only know the contents of his cause of death card.
She goes on to explain that she doesn't know the details behind how it happened. This means that Federico will be unable to obtain a card even if she reveals it to him.
Fine with me. I'm heading off to India soon to get as much info on him as I can. It's like, that's gonna help. Surely not.
He's gonna head off to the entirety of India.
Scale only gave me the most basic of basics. I'm gonna visit his family and find out the details behind his cause of death and regret. Good luck, man. Good luck. I actually don't wish him good luck. I actually wish him awful luck. I hope that he fucking doesn't
I mean, if he
succeed.
kills Alan, that is like one of the most threatening people left.
Oh yeah, I think Alan definitely more threatening than Federico at this point. Although it seems like Alan wants to talk to Rinka at least, so who knows? Alan being mysterious as always. Did you read that line, Russ?
Knowing the contents of the card itself will make that a whole lot easier.
Are you serious?
Damn right I am. It's the first thing Adele would do if she got stuck. Not like I can exactly imagine that ever happening to her in the first place.
He urges her to tell him about the second issue. Before she can say anything more, he downs the rest of his drink and gets his glass refilled.
Alan is going to be eliminated whether or not you gather information on him. It's likely he wants Rinka to be the one to do it.
Haru had already heard about how Scale targeted Rinka's grandmother and how it was Alan who saved her. It was easy for her to deduce that Alan felt some sort of attachment to Rinka, based on both that and what she had heard previously. At the same time, his actions didn't seem like those of someone who intended to survive divine selection.
That's so. Not really an issue for me. I've only got one goal now. Eliminate that asshole myself.
Rather stubborn, aren't you? You'd be much better off ignoring him and focusing on me and Rinka.
Sorry, but I don't got no interest in you two right now. Unless it's your body, of course.
Mahara can only think of one woman as she watches him laugh after making that comment. It leads her to understand why he felt like a different person before.
Either way, it doesn't hurt us to reveal his cause of death to you, and I'd rather not break our promise. It was poison. I don't know anything beyond that, but his fame shouldn't make it too hard to figure it out. You'll be able to turn that card in. You'll be able to turn that into a card in no time.
Here's that. With that out of the way, hang out with me till I catch my flight tomorrow. Flight in the morning.
I'll decline. Have you forgotten that I'm still in high school?
Mahara takes a breath before continuing.
However, I suppose I could force down another glass of milk. I'll stick around until I finish that.
There is a reason why she decides to say this. It's because she knows. She knows this will be the last time she and Federico will ever cross paths in the real world. Mahara goes straight to bed upon returning home. The next day, she manages to obtain Federico's regret card. She got it as she reflected on the events of the night while taking a bath. They have Federico's cause of death, I forgot.
I believe so.
I feel about ready to collapse when I am only about 1/6 through the diary. I've always been a slow reader, but I'm probably going twice as slow thanks to the faded writing. That's just your run-of-the-mill diary. That's about the only thing I can say after what I've read so far. I feel both guilty and slightly embarrassed reading it, since it feels like I'm peeking into someone else's life. Apparently, my great-great-grandmother's name was Linda. The vague similarities between it and my own name makes me feel a bond with her.
Linda and
Linda.
What?
Rinka.
I guess that's kind of similar. Like, what? Linda, Rinka, I guess I end with...
Inka.
Oh?
I don't know.
Oh, I guess I have IN as well. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay.
I don't know. Her dad was an English.
And I guess in
classmate.
Japanese, L doesn't really exist, and L and R are kind of like fused together.
Yeah.
So I guess, yeah, no, I can see it.
Her dad was an English clockmaker. Both he and his wife moved to Japan before Linda was born. He visited Japan once before to instruct others about his craft, and it left quite a positive impression. Excuse me. Excuse me, Jesus. The decision to move was a result of the company he had previously instructed offering him a permanent position. Linda was born not long after they moved.
I'm back.
And her younger sister Diana followed the next year. Welcome back. I doubt that my gran remembers much about Diana. And I'm just now noticing how well designed the diary is. My bias against the design, thanks to my card book, got in the way of that. She must have been a nice person if she was willing to make something this nice for her sister. The contents of the diary itself gave me the impression that they got along well. Ooh, did I do something? Part of me feels a bit jealous, since I don't have any siblings. Now that I think about it, Mahara and Naomi are the same. Mao has a younger brother, which makes her my only friend with a sibling. Anyway, I close the diary after glancing at my clock. I make sure to be nice and gentle so the spine doesn't crumble. This will probably take me all week to get through. Having decided to pick up where I left off tomorrow, I head up to my room.
Boom, 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 ba-doom, boom, ba-doom, boom.
Boom, 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 boom.
Do you have audio on, Rose?
No.
Dum 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 to the bass. Dum 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 dum
Bum
dum.
bum 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 bum.
I can hear it. Okay, I got enough of it now. I heard the loop. I heard the loop like twice now. It's fine. I can mute it again.
Rose has analyzed the music.
It's grooving.
Yeah.
No, well, it's looping. I don't know. I just like my music when it it doesn't loop over.
You like loops? I love loops.
Yeah.
I like loops, but I don't like loops when there's just only that. You know? If there's something over the top
got some layers.
changes. I like when stuff progresses, you know?
I mean, I think it would, but it doesn't know how long your visual novel playthrough is going to last.
Yeah, exactly. It's a visual novel song. Exactly. So they can't really do that. I get it. I do get it. Can't believe I feel this good despite how much I drank.
Maybe all the milk Miharu was drinking reminded him to drink water.
True.
Time to drink water. Why do you guys say water? Water.
Water.
Like that?
Water.
Water.
Water. Water.
Water.
Water.
Water. His name is Waters. And he's an asshole.
Water.
Order.
Water.
Order.
Word.
Water.
Order.
Whataburger.
Waterburger.
What the?
Get a burger. That's what we have here. We have get a burger.
Anyways, can you believe that Miharu went home after her drink?
I can't believe Miharu went home after a drink too. The next guy that falls for her is gonna have a rough time, no doubt about it. You fucking clueless idiot!
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a guy that falls for her. I don't know, just
Fucking dumbass!
Well, a guy might fall for her.
Oh,
but
yeah.
she's not gonna fall for the guy.
Yeah, probably. I don't know if I don't believe Miharu specified whether she was gay or bi or pan. Just that she likes Rinka. So anyway, Federico chats aloud in a near empty train. His destination, the airport. He finds himself thinking back on his life during the ride. Born in southern Italy, his life was an amalgamation of failures. As a child, he was often bullied. He was as thin back then as he was now, only shorter, and left him with no real means to defend himself.
You're not gonna make me pity him. I'm sorry, but you're not gonna make me pity him at this point. I'm sorry.
But Rogue,
I
it's
don't like this
Federico's,
guy.
it's
They're
time
gonna
for
really roll
Federico's
out
tragic
the
backstory.
sad backstory.
It's time for his
He was
tragic
bullied. That's
backstory,
why
so
he's
you
a
can
pedophile.
empathize.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
The first time we
But I
met
don't
this
care.
character, he was like kicking the fat guy and calling him fat. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, he's just acting out because he's just acting out, and he's only interested in the younger people because he's trying to live the youth that he didn't get to. You don't understand.
Don't get it.
What the fuck? Yeah, no. I'm good.
Yeah, nah. His attempts at retaliation only resulted in further beatdowns, both physical and verbal. He became a child who knew the taste of defeat well. At the same time, his parents had settled on a divorce after dealing with a lot of friction. Federico wanted to stay with his mother. There was no deep reasoning behind it, he simply liked being around her more at the time. But even those feelings were linked to failure. The divorce due to an affair on the mother's side. Naturally, Federico had no involvement in it, but he considered his choice a failure regardless. His mother opted to move in with the man she was seeing and eventually married him. The wedding ring wasn't something she left to Federico. He snatched it when it tumbled out of the garbage. Even so, he couldn't bring himself to part with it, as it represented his desire to see her once more. 20 years later, he finally realized that it served to symbolize his inability to win his mother's love. Okay, that also answered my question. I've been thinking. I don't know if Federico ever specified his full age, but like that implies that he's like a full grown ass man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like mid-20s though, right? Like
At least mid-20s. Cause like when he said 20 years later, he was talking about like his divorce when he was a child. So like he's at least mid-20s. Yeah. Really not looking good for you, Federico. Not looking good for you, bud.
Well, I mean, it has to be Maharu and Rinka at this point anyways, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Federico's gonna get eliminated by Miharu, Divine Selection, and if Alan does get eliminated by Rinka, this Divine Selection, then the next one probably. That's what my guess is. Alright, this is your line, Bruce.
Oh shit. Oh, funny how little I can now that it's gone. Who knows? Maybe she felt the same way when she tossed it. I get how she wasn't able to vote herself to one person now, too. What? Wait, so she's not even dead? She just, like, divorced him or something?
She
his
divorced...
mom, right?
Yeah, Federico's mother is, like, divorced.
Oh, it's a mother. I
dad.
thought he was talking about the ring. What?
Yeah, it's his mother's ring.
Yeah.
Oh, I zoned out, I guess. I don't fucking... what?
That's his mother's ring from when she married his father that she threw away when they divorced.
Oh, I completely missed the whole, like, thing. What the fuck?
The first time he started dating someone was just after he entered high school. She was a frank girl, always wanted to drag him around at her whim. While things appeared steady between them, it was all for nothing when she had to move away. Putting aside what he thought of those events, his high school life was nothing but failure even when he was no longer the target of bullying. He was surrounded by people far more skilled than him in the soccer club. No matter how hard he tried to surpass them, he could never manage it. Even when he put his all into studying, he was never once able to get the best grades in class. Compound those with the failures of his childhood led Federico to become a child who would always hold himself back. Not that he was aware of it. Much like how he was never aware of the misfortune it continued to cause him later in life. His fear of failure led to his decision to not apply to any universities, a reality that he continually denied. Instead, he started up his own business. The choice was put on by his father's death, which left him with a fairly large inheritance. The business itself wasn't complicated. Anyone with a good amount of money in their hands can do it. He loaned money to those who were struggling, attached a hefty interest rate, and then collected what he owed
loan shark.
Loan sharking. Yes.
Cool.
Another added to the list of shitty things Federico has done. Of course, he made it to choose his business partner.
Straight to the wood chipper.
Yep.
I kind of hope he dies in the next round, honestly. Like, what the fuck?
Of course, he made sure to choose his business partner as well. People who couldn't inform the police of his activities due to their having multiple debts or criminal records. In other words, those who had experienced failure on an even greater level than him. There were a number of ways to deal with those who wouldn't pay up. He could force them to visit other loan sharks, lay claim to whatever valuables they had, or simply beat the money out of them. In terms of profit, he was doing somewhat well for himself, until he ran into an issue that money couldn't solve. That was He had been conducting business on the Mafia's territory. Uh-oh. Naturally, they weren't pleased.
Mafioso.
Those who crossed the Mafia were likely to be whacked with a snap of a finger.
Whack.
Whacked. I'm a whack you.
Whack.
Mafia.
You're getting whacked. That freak of nature was way more intimidating than they ever were. Physically, at least.
In the end, Federico's first ever business venture resulted in a failure. There was only one way for him to escape his situation. He presented the profits he made to one of the Mafia's higher-ups and became a member himself. He never had any significant position there, but his abilities allowed him to bring a fair amount of money into the organization. He even began targeting landowners, convincing them to give up their land in exchange for social status. There was one issue, however. A majority of the money that he had made was funneled straight to the higher-ups, which ticked him off. That led him to laundering the organization's money by transferring it to a bank in Switzerland. And set his eyes on a certain
Switzerland.
Switzerland. Did I say it weird? Switzerland.
I said Switzerland.
Switzerland.
But you like
Switzerland.
said it Switzerland. Like you said the land instead of land.
The lion.
Land of the Swits.
How do you
Anyways,
say island? Ireland.
He set his eyes on a certain shipping company too, one he had dealt with before. Of course, it was no ordinary shipping company. They dealt in weapons, stolen goods, and much more. The boat itself was stateless, but its representative was a woman from France. They were effectively a group of independent mercenaries.
Kind of amazing that they let me on in the first place, now that I think about it.
Having discussed things with the captain of the ship, that being Odette Malencon, he settled on fleeing the country. The Mafia itself was essentially a family-run business. Federico would never make it to the top of the environment, regardless of how hard he tried. Even so, all members had to make a blood oath upon joining, where they had to quit all that awaited them was prison. Of course, no one could simply quit the Mafia and expect to live. And thus, feeling failure once more, he chose to flee. Only for the ship to be targeted by pirates, leading to both his and Odette's death.
Ain't nothing cool about being a loser, even after dying. Fucking, you deserve to be a loser, mate.
By reflecting on his past, Federico was able to lull himself to sleep until he arrived at his next stop. His mind is only on one thing: to gather as much information about Alan as possible before returning to Japan on Sunday morning. But he has yet to notice. Though his life may have been steeped in failure, he's never given in. He's always struggled against that which most people simply accepted. Federico Carminati is no loser in the game of life.
don't know if I agree, but okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
I guess it might be saying he's a survivor?
I guess so.
Maybe that's fair enough.
I make sure to open the store
He's
today.
something.
Oh yeah, he is. He definitely is something. Damn, dude had multiple opportunities to not improve his life a little bit. I guess by going to university or I don't know, doing something. But
Not joining the Mafia.
Not joining the Mafia.
Yeah, that would have been pretty smart.
Yeah, but it says yeah, I'm gonna be a loan shark. I'm gonna join the Mafia. I don't need to go to uni. I make sure to open the store today after school. I've been feeling better now that my grand's room is all neat and tidy. Once closing time comes around, I go about my usual routine before bringing the diary downstairs to read it. As always, I make sure to handle it with the utmost of care. And then I delve deeper into the daily life of Linda and Diana.
The daily life of Linda and Diana. Chapter 47.
Alan finds himself staying at a hotel today. We did that most days. Oh, well, I guess he was chilling at the warehouse for a while.
Yeah, warehouse living.
Living the warehouse life. It isn't unusual for him to switch over to the warehouse in Yokohama every now and then. The warehouse is perfectly fine for him. It does lack facilities required to recharge his phone and laptop, however.
A wall outlet?
Maybe. I assume when like a building shuts down, like they cut that building off from like the power grid, right?
I guess that's true.
The lights are clearly on, though.
I mean, well, were they on the warehouse?
Oh, I guess not. Sorry. Yeah, right. This is where he's now. Okay. So
Yeah, he's in a hotel right now.
Sorry.
Not that he can deny the pleasure that comes from sleeping in a comfortable bed.
I couldn't bring myself to go today.
While he had made the decision to visit Rinka yesterday, the store she was running was closed. Today, on the other hand, he simply couldn't bring himself to go. I keep dragging my hand across the scroll wheel, so I keep going back accidentally. Today, on the other hand, he simply couldn't bring himself to go. It was proof he needed for the butterfly effect of missing one's opportune moment. This would be it. Would have no influence on Alan under moral. It would have no influence on Alan under normal circumstances. Yet he finds himself unable to operate as usual when it comes to Rinka.
My next chance may be my last.
He collapses into bed and casts his mind back to the first participant he eliminated. Oh yeah,
Hey.
This is the lady who immediately died.
Hey, so we finally meet.
May 3rd, Sunday. 3 days following the juncture of causality.
Sunday.
Sunday.
We get to see how many dead people I've played.
Alan having
That's actually so unfortunate. How the fuck did you pick like so many dead people?
True. At least Rose's dead person got revived. Poor Mel has had no luck.
Mal's not gonna die, right? Right.
Surely Mal's gonna make it to the end. Alan has been called out by a lone woman. Alan had received the explanation about divine selection from Parka by this point, but he chose not to go to Japan until after the first round. The woman standing before him was Chan. She was the first one. She was the one that caused him to forego his decision and said, "Come earlier." Chan. It was unusual for people he didn't know to request appointments with him concerning his position. These requests were typically ignored. However, he had no choice but to take notice when she brought up divine selection over the phone. While somewhat suspicious, it was here that he learned that a small number of people found themselves in the same situation as him.
I'm so glad you came, Mr. Allen.
Stood a few meters away from him, her tone as confident as they came. In Alan's eyes, she seemed like nothing more than an average woman in her early 20s. Her apparel was simple, about one would expect for someone on vacation.
How do you know me? Rather, do you know that I'm a participant in divine selection? Come on, you know that you're famous, don't you? To answer your second question, sure, I'll fill you in. It just so happens that your name card was part of the initial cards I was dealt. Not many people with a strange name like yours, that's for sure. Actually, known you for a while, though. Do you remember a man named William Liu? It doesn't ring a bell. Figured as much. Bill, rather, is part of an advertising company that works with yours. He said he's met you in person, but I guess Mr. Boss doesn't have time to remember the lily faces of all his subcontractors.
The more the woman spoke, the less Alan cared to be bothered. He was never very good with these types. The ones who gradually drifted off topic the longer they spoke. Were she a regular businesswoman, he would have been long gone.
But yeah, so I'm Bill's fiance.
Care to get to the point, Mrs. Chan?
Huh? How do you know my name? I don't remember telling you.
I recommend withholding your number if you plan to use an alias when funding a company.
Excuse me?
After saying that, Alan took out a single card. Chan was quite familiar with the card's design. Numeral 6, name Chan Chan. He wasn't aware of the significance behind the numeral yet, but it was clear that her own name was written on it.
I'm afraid I've already bore witness to the moment a new card is produced.
Hey, how is that cheating? What happened to protecting people's personal information?
Alan remained silent in the face of her panic. He was aware that nothing would come from interacting with her as if things were normal.
It's just my name, though. Not hard not to discover something so common. More importantly,
Chan, you fell to your death, correct?
No way. How'd you know?
It was simple, really. 6, cause of death, fell to their death. He was unable to determine who the card belonged to at the time, as he had yet to meet anyone else in the Court of Fate. However, he soon realized that each participant had an identifying numeral after he came to possess Chan's name card. He had anticipated this by nature of his personal cards containing the numeral 12, but with this, he was able to confirm it. Once he knew that Chan was numeral 6, he was able to link her cause of death and name.
Uh-oh, don't tell me I just said something I shouldn't have.
Her carelessness was a source of irritation for Alan.
One shouldn't make light of their name. Of course, that's advice you'll have to consider in the next life.
Alan was already an atheist, but the teachings of his parents seemed to carry a lingering influence on him.
Huh? I didn't know why you're acting like you know my regret, but...
You were mountain climbing with William while on vacation. It was nothing too difficult. More of a hike than climbing, really. However, curiosity got the better of you and led you to veering off the designated route towards the cliff's edge in the hopes of a better view.
Huh? What? How could you know? Were you stalking me? Ugh, that's gross. I can't stand gloomy people like you, even if you have a handsome face. Besides, Bill's the only man for me.
As for how you fell to your death, I think it's fair to assume you slipped. Truly the definition of foolish for such a thing to happen after entering an off-limits area.
Shut it! Since you love talking so much, tell me how you know so much about me.
I can't tell if you're just clueless or if the panic is causing you to forget.
Alan made sure to gather as much information on Chan as he could the moment he learned her name. He wasn't entirely convinced that divine selection was real, but the creation of the cards and the existence of a card book that removed all language barriers convinced him not to deny it outright. Information provided one with the upper hand when negotiating. That was the conclusion Alan had reached. It was why he did everything he could to gather information not only on her, but her fiance William as well. Was it? Did her finance William?
Her finance.
Her financier.
Finance. Her financier.
Though he couldn't admit to such a thing. Half of what he told her was information she herself had made public via rampant social media posts and updates. While the result of her fall had clearly been undone, it wasn't difficult for her to put the pieces together based on the information he had at hand.
Well, whatever. Let's put an end to this farce.
Chan wiped the sweat from her brow before whipping out a knife.
What do you got there?
It was a butcher's knife. A knife! It was a butcher's knife, around 20 centimeters in length, her intent with it clear as day.
I've got my life together with Bill waiting for me. I can't afford to die again.
He raised the knife before dashing towards Alan. A mere 5 meters separated them. She would reach him at her speed in an instant. Chan was confident in her speed thanks to her playing tennis since childhood. What's more is that Alan was a stereotypical rich boy. He had no means to defend himself, or so she thought.
Were you not informed that participants cannot die via normal means?
Alan dodged her with ease before twisting her wrist and stealing the knife from her grasp. He kept hold of her wrist, however, and brought the knife to rest against her neck.
Huh? How'd this happen? Let's take a time out, okay? You must not believe what the goddess said, I take it. Not that I would believe it before I've seen proof. Hang on a sec. This isn't looking good for me, is it? I mean, I'll die if you slice me up with that, but you'll become a murderer, you know?
Alan could hardly believe the words coming out of this woman's mouth after her own attempt to stab him. He knew that that would be no point. That would be no point in calling her out for it, however.
Would you like to be my test subject? Don't, please. Help! Someone help!
Disastrous Harley began to describe what transpired next. Just as Chan screamed, William leapt out of hiding. He attempted to jump Alan, but Alan used Chan as a human shield. William could make no move in that situation, so Alan threw the knife away and pushed Chan towards him. They both fell over as she slammed into him, causing Alan to look down at them both.
Tonight is your final night with her, Mr. William. Spend it well.
Saying that, he took out a third card. 6. Regret. Married life.
No, my regret.
You
are without a doubt the most foolish participant among the 12.
Yeah. Alan had lost all interest in Chan by that point. He picked up the knife and tossed it back to them. The last thing he wanted was to raise suspicion by carrying it around when he'd only just arrived in Japan. Neither Chan nor William saw this as an opportunity either. Their instinctual fear of him had taken over. Not even a gun would make them feel as though they stood on equal footing with him. Alan had no interest in what they did following that event.
This place may come in handy.
Was it abandoned, but no one seemed to be squatting there either. The specific warehouse. It shall be my home.
Yeah, it's funny how early this was involved.
I live here now. You live here now? I live here now.
It's neither too close nor too far from the city.
This warehouse was mine. It was made for me.
All this needs is, a little bit of cleaning up, move this rubble around, and this will be a good home as any. Should everything check out over the next few days, he would use it as his base of operations.
Part of me can understand her desperation now, at least.
Alan lets his thoughts slip out as he stares at the hotel room ceiling. Hours after I began reading, I've made it through another 5th of the diary, I guess. While the diary of a girl living through the end of the Meiji period is interesting in its own right, the structure is inherently different from a novel. It makes the process of reading it pretty tiring. I did come across an interesting tidbit, albeit one unrelated to Divine Selection. They had a black cat as well. It had a leisurely attitude and seemed to be more attached to Diana than Linda. It would appear and disappear.
Oh, what a coincidence.
Saw fit. By the sound of it,
All
it
these
could have
people
been Lee's
have a
great
black
great grandcat. Surely that's Lee's great great grandcat. I called it Leo, which is pretty similar to Leave.
Yeah, okay, this cat has to be like... There's no way.
One diary entry. One diary entry was about... Don't we know someone with a pet named Leo?
Yeah, me.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, my dog.
Street for right there for a second.
He's sitting right behind,
He's right behind us.
sleeping.
I think someone has a pet called Leo. I can't quite place it.
Does somebody here have, I don't remember. Does somebody have a pet named Tetra?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think anyone has a pet called Tetra. That seems really weird.
I think you're thinking of the macronutrient tetrahydrate.
Oh. Anyways, that's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
similar to Leith, right?
One diary entry was about how it once stepped on a piece of broken glass, leaving a scar on the paw of its front right leg.
Oh.
Speak of the devil, it's Leith. Hey, you should watch out for broken glass. You haven't walked on some already, have you?
Oh.
I have, in fact, walked on broken glass. It does not concern me. I tried to approach, but Leith runs off. What's the sense something annoying was about to happen? I assume it's fine if I can still sprint like that. Following that, I close the diary and head back to my room. Once in bed, I start to think about what I should do from here on out. Let's put things into perspective. I have 3 main concerns at the moment. First and most importantly, finding a means for both Miharu and me to survive. I've yet to reach a conclusion, but I'm sure that figuring out the mysteries behind divine selection itself was the right approach. I can't say for sure whether or not I've made any progress until I finish reading Linda's diary. Second concern is gathering information on Alan. This is a difficult one as well, especially when I don't understand his goal. I know for a fact that he holds no hostility towards me, but I hardly think he's willing to let me eliminate him just because of that. That's why I need to discuss things with him. I have no way to contact him, but something tells me that he'll come to see me soon. Okay, Bruce. My third and final concern is Federico. I know both his name and cause of death, but I have nothing to go on for his regret. I never talked to him in person, so that makes things even more difficult.
It's time for Frederica to show up because Rose went to the bathroom. Yippee!
Yep. Oh. Just then, I received a text message. Who said it?
Oh no, it's from
Federico.
Maharu. Okay, good.
Okay, whew, saved. It's from Maharu.
I've gathered all of Frederico's information. My shift starts later tomorrow. So do you mind if I come to Lion House after school?
The message itself is short, but I can't help but be amazed at her perfect timing. Oh, that's one problem solved. A text back, that works for me. I figure I can use that time to talk to her about the diary as well. I haven't hit a dead end quite yet. Forcing myself to believe that, I set my mind on getting some sleep. Speak out?
Speak.
Haru and I head to Lion House once classes have ended.
Is Naomi not here today?
Something else she needed to do, so I'll fill her in on anything important tomorrow. It's pretty rare to see Miharu ask about Naomi. Divine selection requires us to fight our own fate, and maybe that's changed her perspective on Naomi at some point. There wasn't much to what she said, but I could tell the slight difference in her attitude towards her. Anyway, it's just the two of us. Mal's probably told her that I'm waiting a bit longer before giving my answer, but even then it still feels a bit awkward to be alone with her. "30 minutes after we arrive at Lion House, Miharu leaves for work. We didn't discuss much, but she told me how she met with Federico Monday night and how she was able to deduce his regret from what they talked about. It didn't happen right away, but everything fell into place on Tuesday night, which led to her being able to materialize the card. I didn't ask about the card's contents, but I Asked her to fill me in later on the off chance he's gathering information on me as well. He seems to have no intention of electing me according to her, but it can't hurt to be safe. I made sure to show Miharu the diary too. Its existence took her by surprise just as much as it did for me. I told her that I'd pass any worthwhile information over to her once I'm done reading it. Just before she left, she offered her thoughts on it.
The diary may just be the trump card we've been searching for.
There is no basis to her claim, but I happen to agree. After she left, I opened the store for business. Morning, Mal.
Morning. Blech. Too bad we've got finals looming over us this week.
Let's try and ignore that reality. Not to brag, but I haven't studied in the sliced ever since midterms. Midterms weren't that much of an issue for me since they happened soon after Divine Selection began, but the same can't be said for finals. I actually considered using my card book to cheat my way through the English exam at least, but only total losers cheat. It's a fact that I don't have the time to study though. That's when I receive a text message. You're technically not allowed to mess with your phone on campus, but I'll break that rule today. It's from my gran. I heard that finals are coming up. Oh, wait, did we have a voice for gran? Or did I just read it? I forgot.
It's you. Do an old woman.
I heard the finals are coming up. Forget about the store for now and focus on studying. Make sure to send me your results too.
Excellent.
Is she psychic?
What's up? Get scolded by your gran?
I don't need you reading my mind as well. A mere employee can't ignore their boss's orders. It's impossible to keep the store going without keeping in contact with her too. Running the store serves as a nice change of pace, so now I'm just depressed. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'll keep reading the diary as usual, but I guess I can avoid failing if I use the time I normally would on the store for studying. In the worst case scenario, I'll ignore English use my card, but no, bad Rinka. Regular life sure can be difficult.
So true.
Once school has ended for the day, I return home to study. I put up an announcement about the store will be officially closed until the week after next. Seems like one of my teachers got in touch with my gran after realizing that I probably wasn't studying this time around. They're aware of my circumstances at home, so I can understand why they'd get in contact. No teacher can ignore a student's poor grades. Back Rose. I'll have to keep on top of studying once Divine Selection is over as well. Otherwise I won't be able to keep running in the store. Hey Naomi, mind if we take a break? Perfect timing.
Hang on.
She's getting into
Of
character.
course, I mind. It's barely been half an hour since we started.
You sure are strict today.
Oh, sorry. It's just, well, I don't quite realize how bad your studying habits are.
It was fine during entrance exam because I had a goal, but I can't find the same motivation for these regular tests.
I think that's surprising, actually. Then again, you didn't exactly fare well on those English questions I quizzed you on before.
Naomi is doing the same considerable damage to my morale today. Not like I can blame her. Her upperclassman is acting pretty pathetic. Miharu has work today. Makes me wonder what she finds when she finds the time to study, since she's also got Divine Selection to worry about.
Everyone has their strengths and weaknesses. Let's just focus on yours for now. I'll let you take a break after an hour.
Okay, let's do this. There's no point in avoiding it, so I decided to stick my head into some books. I used to study with Mao a lot during our first year, but we normally ended up just chatting. In that regard, properly studying with someone like this was a pretty good novel experience. I don't want to disappoint Naomi either, so I'll focus on for at least this first hour.
I knew you could do it. You've had a little break now.
An hour and a half later, Naomi finally offers me entrance to the oasis known as a break. It was supposed to happen at the 1 hour mark, but I couldn't bring myself to mention it when it first came. Knowing her, she probably didn't want to interrupt me because she thought I was focused. Equally admirable and depressing, considering that it wasn't for that case at all. We spend the break talking and snacking. The topic switches to divine selection at some point. I tell her about how Maharu had gathered all of Fujiko's information and about the diary I found. After mentioning it, I head up the stairs to grab it. I place it down right beside my card book. It's almost like a before and after comparison. Here it is.
What? Wow! A book over a century old. It really does look the same as your card book too. And it's entirely handmade. No wonder you couldn't find anything about it, the design.
What?
How am I supposed to say wow? Wow! Wow! Do you mind if I smell it? Okay, what?
I say that all the time.
Smell that shit? Yeah? You like smelling books?
People, that's a screen cap. Also, I don't think I've seen her made that face before until now. That is a new Naomi
Can I
face.
smell it?
Limited edition face.
There we go. Huh?
It's just a quick. Oh, do I need to put gloves on or something before I touch it?
I never bothered to do that. I'm all reading it.
You might want to treat it with a bit more care. Also, do you mind if I read it once you're done?
You sure you want to? When I'm gonna talk about the contents after I'm done?
That's fine. Reading something this old is thrilling in of itself.
Thinking Naomi this excited is pretty surprising. At the same time, I realize that the diary will be in peril if I leave it here. Back up to my room it goes. Keep her eyes off it when I took it away, too. Gets to put just how much she loves books in perspective. She's locked in.
Lock the fuck in!
It's a different
Lock in, Punz.
kind of meaning to bibliophile.
Oh, the super line was my bad.
You're fine. I forgive you. This time.
Glad.
Sorry. I got a bit carried away.
Back to your normal self, I see. Let's keep studying. That said, should we sell another hour of hitting the books? Not ancient books, just normal books. We studied until around 8 p.m., taking infrequent but always welcome breaks.
I should probably get going now.
Now we start packing up to leave. She can't stop herself from smiling after learning just how much Rinka dislikes studying. It has no effect on her impression of Rinka, but seeing this side of her has been a nice surprise. To Naomi, the day was endless fun. What's more, a certain desire has continued to blossom within her as the days have gone by.
The desire to huff books.
Apparently.
No.
The desire for things to continue like this, for her memories of these days to remain intact. Naomi isn't a participant in divine selection. That's why retaining her memories carries the same value as Rinka and Miharu's survival. How did I butcher that? There's no need to end the burden caused by these feelings of hers.
Would you like to study together tomorrow as well?
Imagine her doing a little people shy while doing this. I'd love to. Mao and Miharu might join us too. Rinka gives her answer with a smile. Where's Ross?
I said, oh. Great.
And Naomi responds in kind.
You're too nice.
After exiting Lionhouse, Naomi spots a man muttering to himself. Shock overcomes her the moment she sees his face.
Closed for several weeks? This isn't good.
It's Alan Scorpion. Number 12 in the collection. One of the 4 remaining participants. Rinka, there's a strange man muttering outside. Naomi has seen him once before at the hospital when dealing with Keko.
She doesn't know he's cool now.
Yeah. Rinka, the guy who's gonna murder a baby's here.
Gecko.
Keko, the hospital. No, she's crying. The name Kamabuchi Keko crosses her mind to flash back to 2 desperate memories. One involved Naomi collapsing from anemia after paying a visit to the hospital. The other involves going to the hospital with Rinka to approach Keko and learn more about her. Following this, she was attacked by Alan, who had the same goal in mind. What's more, the things she'd heard from Rinka are mixed up into both memories. The confusion causes Naomi to collapse to her knees. She can feel her mind failing to parse which memory is real and which is fake.
You're...
Notice something is amiss. Alan rushes over to her side. He seems to remember her clearly.
Are you okay?
She cannot comprehend why she's showing concern for her. It might make more sense if she considered her Rinka's underclassman, but the genuine tone of worry in his voice is confounding. Yeah, Alan, she's...
Empty feed rating us with a party of 4.
Thank you for the raid, Empty. Thank you. Welcome on in, everybody. Welcome. How was your stream, Empty? What did you guys get up to? What did you guys do? Right now, we are playing a visual novel called Fatal 12. It is a battle royale visual novel where 12 participants are given a second chance at life. And in order to win, they have to learn 3 pieces of information from the other 12 participants. Their name, their cause of death, and their regret. And by learning all 3 of those pieces of information, they can eliminate other players once a week. And we are approaching the end where we are down to only 4 characters. Yeah, it's getting pretty down to the wire here. And also it has some Yuri in it too. And that's a nice plus. But yeah, what do you guys get up to? Hi Torben, hi Empty, hello. Welcome on in, you two. Hope you two are doing good. Alan is she is gradually beginning to remember was never this kind. This realization causes her to suffer even more.
Rinka's still inside.
She somehow fights through the pain to speak. Strangely enough, she doesn't feel like she should keep him away from Lionhouse at all costs. Warframe? Oh heck yeah. I love playing Warframe before my arm problems. I like Saren. Saren is so fun. so fun just popping a spore on an enemy and then just infecting, building Saren for range so that it affects all the other enemies in the room. Super duper fun. What's your favorite frame, Empty? About 10 minutes after Naomi leaves, someone else pops into the store. An unexpected person in an unexpected situation to boot.
Get a bed and some water ready.
Huh? Alan is carrying Naomi with one arm cradling her neck and the other behind her knees. The surprise fades when they notice Naomi doesn't seem to be feeling right. This is the time to ask questions, so I get some water ready, take her upstairs to my room. The idea of Alan coming into my room isn't all that thrilling though, so I ask him to wait downstairs. Once they come back down, I notice Alan standing there with a bitter look on his face.
How is she?
Ash? Huh. I know Ash used to be pretty busted, but back when I played, Ash was pretty meh. He got like a bunch of nerfs, I think. I don't know, maybe they buffed him in the, 3 years since I played? She's conscious, but it seems like a migraine. I've given her medicine and water, so I'll check back after she rests for an hour. I make sure to call and let Mom know. I tell her that she's sleeping here at the moment due to her not feeling well. Well, thanks for that, I guess. Why did you help her?
I noticed her ready to collapse outside the store. I couldn't just ignore her.
Surprising, in all honesty. Sorry, but I thought you were a colder person. Perhaps that's not the wisest thing to say to someone who willingly knocks out nurses and eliminates participants without a second thought. And threatens babies. But now he's helped both me and Naomi. That's why I feel comfortable enough to speak my thoughts. You're finally here to discuss things, aren't you? The fact that he's here means he has business with me. I expected him to come. Though I didn't think it would be this early. I assumed it would be either Saturday or Sunday.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
New cutscene.
Indeed. I'm here to provide the answers you seek regarding my actions.
Had a picture of like a little river or something on the left. I can't tell if that's trees or like a person on the left and then trees. I'm analyzing.
I think it's a landscape, all landscapes.
Kowalski analysis.
Yeah, just a bunch of landscapes, I guess.
Neutral and inoffensive, perfect for a coffee shop.
There was a certain connection I made that night in the hospital when you stood up to me despite how little you could do. The look in your eyes resembled that of my younger sisters.
There's a certain gentleness to his expression as he admits this.
I have 5 younger siblings. 4 of them are much younger brothers, but my only sister is just around your age. Her name is Amrita. Unlike me, my siblings continue to use the names our parents gave them.
My mind flashes back to something Alan mumbled during his sleep after finding Odette. Amrita. That is his sister's name.
Allow me to add that she's far better looking and smarter than you.
Hey now. What the?
Still, you two are inherently similar. Your strength of will, your tendency to put yourself at risk by letting your emotions take over. I'm certain that my brothers will grow up to be like me. That much is obvious through both our bond as family and as men. On the other hand, I worry for Amrita. I can only imagine how she will handle work and marriage with that personality of hers.
My card book begins to shine all of a sudden. One card materializes. 12, regret, sister's future. Having seen the gentle expression he shows from time to time, I'm not very surprised at the card's contents. If anything, it proves how well I've come to understand Alan. Why would you reveal your regret to me?
Because I want you to live.
But
It's fine. This is a decision I've made for myself. I won't give my life for free, though. I want you to shoulder the weight that accompanies it and finally bring an end to our story.
he tells me about his past next. His mother died from illness when he was still a child, while his father was killed due to a grudge involving shady business practices. Alan took over his father's business connections, discarding both his name and religion in the process. Even his country's tradition soon became a nuisance to him. He built his own business from scratch and turned it into an undeniable success.
The larger the company grew, the more I sacrificed, the more people I threw by the wayside. I may have changed my name, but I still look after my father when it came to making others hold a grudge against me. Poison was my cause of death. A similar assassination method to that of my father's, ironically enough.
There's no change in his tone as he discusses how he was killed. My card book shines once again, materializing his cause of death card. That's awful.
There are far more assassinations covered up the world over than you would expect. The same will likely happen to mine when I'm eliminated.
He mentioned he had to deduce his own cause of death after it had been undone. No one would know they've been poisoned until it kicked in, I guess.
Your each and every action has reminded me of Amrita. The way you refuse to abandon those in need, to how easily influenced you are. That fierce determination of yours when it came to not only your friend, but your grandmother as well. You wanted nothing but to save them, isn't that right?
But I'm not your sister, Alan.
I know that. However, the similarities are undeniable.
There's little I can say when I don't even know his sister personally. Alan presses on, unconcerned about how perplexing this whole scenario is for me. My thoughts are likely irrelevant to him. This isn't the logical side of Alan talking. These are his emotions.
I don't trust a single person in my company. That's why I've left a letter stating that the next in line will be one of my own family. Age-wise, this would fall to Amrita, hence my worry, you see. I'm still not sure how well she will do in a position that involves dealing with the ugliest sides of people.
I can't imagine someone my age being the CEO of a huge company.
I thought the same thing at first. Meeting you has helped assuage me of some of my concerns. She's aware of her shortcomings and yet entirely blind to her own strength of heart, much like you. Both of you hold the ability to move others. If you doubt that even for a second, then look no further than myself as proof. People like you will have no issue finding people to whom you can entrust yourselves.
His gaze is locked onto me as he speaks. Our eyes may be meeting, but it's not me he's looking at. Just using me as a window to see his sister. I'm not nearly as amazing as you're making me out to be. Besides, I don't have it in me to shoulder responsibility like that in the first place.
No matter. I've made my decision. The company itself may not fare any better in her hands, and she's likely to fail along the way. That's fine, though. I trust that she'll lead it in a different direction than I did. More importantly, I can't see anyone willing to kill her like they did me. So long as she's able to lead a long and fulfilling life, that's all that matters.
Alan.
I still have my concerns, of course, but I also have hope now. Surely you understand the significance of that.
His expression changes once again, to one I've never seen before. Whoa, unbelievable. I never thought he'd have it in him to express such a brilliant smile. His every word and action is in relation to his sister shows just how much he cares for her. I have no parents or siblings to speak of, but I can tell this is how those who do feel about them.
What are you smiling for?
I don't realize I am also smiling until he points it out. He's strict, but kind and reliable. He always seems a bit desperate, despite his intellect. Part of me is envious of of Amrita for getting a brother like him. What a weird situation. No reason, I guess.
Right.
Who would have thought I'd ever come to think about him like this? Well, guess it's my fault. I never bothered to try and understand him after what happened at the hospital that day. But he's always been kind to me after that. At Chikatsuga's home, when he helped me stop you, even when he saved my gran. I'm at fault for never seeing him for who he really is. What happened to seeing how far my mindset could take me?
I've already seen it, and that's why I'm here now.
Alan pauses briefly before posing a question.
What will you do about Hebinata Miharu?
His question takes me by surprise. Well, not the question itself, but the realization that he truly does understand me. There's no reason for me to hesitate, though. I only have one answer to give. I'll ensure that we both survive.
Good. That's what I wanted to hear. And Rita would no doubt have said the same.
How about some coffee before you go? I can guarantee you'll like it.
That sounds good.
Supposed to be a simple offer, but my wording may have given it more weight than intended. I doubt Alan fails to catch it either. Okay, shouldn't take too long. I'm gonna make this the best coffee I've ever brewed. I know we're going a little bit over time. Do you want to keep going until like the Alan and Rinka scenes are done, or?
Yeah, I mean we go to the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
Where's
like
this morning?
Oh, I think this is the same day. So. No words are exchanged as he drinks his coffee. It's not an awkward silence or anything. Words simply aren't needed. Our relationship doesn't extend beyond our status as participants in divine selection. We're not friends, we're not lovers, we're not enemies, we're not even siblings. But that's why this works.
I'm not much of a coffee fan, but I'd be lying if I said this wasn't pleasant.
Thanks. He pauses, stands, and then continues.
It's about time you see how she's doing.
Yeah, I was thinking the same.
Only you could make the decision to live your life to its fullest while shouldering the lives of others. Anyone else would see them as a little more than a burden.
I might have thought that way under... I may have thought that way under normal circumstances, but those burdens have helped me realize that I'm not alone.
Two people can't comprise the same body. Through your belief that you're not alone, despite that, is part of your strength.
You haven't been alone either, right, bro?
Oh, please. I've already made it clear that Amrita far outclasses you in every respect. Still, your claim is one I'll have to deny. It wasn't until I accepted your way of life that I was able to trust in Amrita. I have a favor I'd like to ask you.
Go ahead.
I abandoned my roots and my past when I came to Japan. Thus, I have nothing I can leave to you. In exchange, I ask that you remember, not just myself, but the miracle that led to our paths crossing.
True, cat, true.
Aren't you going to see Amrita?
Oh, that's me.
Wait. Whoops.
Actually, that's me. That's my character.
Oh, no.
Nice. I'm usually the one who like reads out your lines. Aren't you Aren't you going to see Amrita?
That's of no concern to Shishimai Rinka, I believe.
I give Alan an understanding nod in response. I'm certain I would have hesitated to elect him had he given me a proper answer, regardless of what it was. He made sure to put a wall between us. I understand why, though. That's his way of making things easier on both of us. His objective completed, he takes his leave. My eyes remain locked on him even as he fades into the darkness outside. It's because I know. I know this is the last time I'll ever see Alan Scorpion in the real world. Not long after he leaves, Naomi comes downstairs. Naomi, are you feeling better? Itchy Rose.
Oh shit. I'm fine, yes. More importantly, I have to apologize to you.
She pauses before pulling her eyes away from me.
I heard your conversation with Alan. He's so much more kind than I thought. I want to thank him for helping me, but it's too late.
Don't worry about that. It's all I can think to say to her.
He has to know that Mihara collected all of Frederica's cards. And now he's made sure that only you and she remain after the next round.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. It's still Euros.
Oh, I'm gonna forget everything about him once he's eliminated, aren't I? Not just about him helping me, but his kindness as well.
That's why it's my job to make sure I never forget. It's still Heroes. We're having a conversation.
No. In that case, please tell me about him after the fact. Make me remember that I shouldn't.
Of course. I wouldn't be able to handle it at all if I didn't. Naomi grips my hand tightly in hers. Her memories take a considerable blow since she's helping me despite not being a participant. Though that makes me question why the system that rewrites people's memories is so flawed. If Parker is the one who made it, then I want to lodge a complaint. It's far too cruel. There's more to life than the beat of one's heart. It's our experience that makes us who we are. That's why changing or making people forget those experiences is just as bad as outright killing them.
Do you mind if I stay tonight? I'm still not feeling too well, honestly.
Sure, I don't mind. Just make sure to tell your mom first. She's obviously faking it. Not like it matters to me, though. If anything, I don't want to spend the night alone. Saturday, 2 days later. Right, do we want to end here, or do we want to keep going a little bit longer? I know you said you were a little. If you're
I'm okay. I woke back up. I guess the alcohol is what I needed.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I think we can go at least to the election. But it seems like we're also getting close because if Alan and Federico go, then it's just Miharu and Rinka, isn't it?
Well, there's gonna be a whole day of stuff that's gonna happen here. Like,
True.
it's going to be a whole section. It's not just gonna be like, I wake up and now I go back to sleep and then
It's
like,
the start of the. It's the start.
there
of
is going to be
Saturday.
a day. Yeah.
So maybe then we just leave all that for the next stream because then it might add up to a full stream.
Wrap it up here for today.
I feel like there's going to be a twist. The twist is...
It's hard for them both to live.
Oh yeah, that's what
Yep.
what I really mean is I feel like there's going to be another stream in just the, oh no, how did just the two of us live?
Yeah, they're probably going to be like, okay, well, we both have both of our... I think that the elimination is gonna work as expected. Federico's going to be eliminated, Alan's going to be eliminated, and then in the next, they're going to try to be like, okay, well, Then in the next divine selection, they're gonna be like, okay, we have both of our cards, so we can't eliminate each other. So that means we both get to win. And then Parker's gonna be like, no, and then
Changing format to my game show.
It's changing format from man v man to man v god.
Ooh, true. Then they're gonna have to fight.
You're gonna
God
have to
save the
play.
world.
You have to play Yuri Chicken in order to see which of you flinches first.
Which one flinches first before they make out?
I mean, I think we know who would lose that. Easy.
Yeah, Rinko.
Yeah.
And then she dies, struck dead.
She dies. No, Rinka, no. And then that's bad ending number 2. When the bad ending
Number
didn't
2.
get.
Yeah, dying
Surely
during.
number 2 is earlier. Surely they do it in like order of how you can achieve them, right?
Well, did they tell us the what number ending that was?
The one that we got, I forgot if it was last stream or the stream before that. That was bad ending number 3. Bad ending number 1 was the one where Miharu wins the game and Parka gets is in her.
Again, yeah.
Yeah, and again, yeah. So, and then bad ending number 3 is where Parka's like, damn, I didn't expect things to go this way, but I probably shouldn't say more in case someone's listening. So I don't think we've encountered bad ending number 2. Let me double check the image here. Yeah, we got bad ending number 3. Yeah, we missed bad ending number 2.
I feel like we saved it every time there was an obvious
I'm pretty
decision.
sure we did. There were a couple of silly decisions we never checked all the roots in. Like I remember there was one time where like Rinko wakes up and is like, "Who was I imagining?"
More than one time.
And it was like Naomi, Miharu, and Mao. And I think we chose Miharu for that one.
Yeah,
So-
we chose Miharu.
Mao route.
The Mao route.
Mao becomes the girlfriend.
True, and that somehow leads to a bad
And
ending.
then both Naomi and Miharu die.
You.
They hook up and Rinka feels FOMO.
Maybe. Who knows?
Who can say?
Oh, I haven't been doing.
After we finish the game, if there's any bad endings we missed, we can go back and go through them real quick. If they're fairly easy to get.
Or look them up on YouTube.
Yeah.
On YouTube.
Surely it's a well-documented game, right?
Surely. I do
It only
remember.
takes one person. Surely.
Okay, so I think I talked about this on stream a couple times before, but I got into Yuri visual novels by watching these 2 lesbian VTubers play them on Fridays, and they call them Yuri Fridays. And this is one of the games I saw the first episode of them play, but then never watched the rest of it. So maybe their playthrough I could use. Who knows? You don't like that,
And
Russ?
you've been upholding Yuri.
No, I
Friday
was
ever
just laughing because like I was like thinking. I mean, it's I was what was I don't know how to. I'm just thinking. Of course, you're watching lesbian.
What do you?
Yeah?
What do you mean? What does that mean?
I mean,
What's that supposed to mean? I don't know. I was into visual novels, and then one day I got recommended them.
Yeah.
it's just another kind of Yuri, right? You know.
They were both VTubers, and then a little after I started watching them, they started dating, and it turned out they were lesbians.
What if Yuri but not anime?
Yeah. What if Yuri but real?
hell.
What is that? What? How does one do Yuri in real life?
Well, apparently.
Yeah, what?
Apparently,
Yuri in
and
real
you hear this
life?
from me. Apparently, if a woman kisses another woman, it's Yuri in real life.
Wait, women can kiss women?
Mhm.
That's kind of hot.
It's crazy, I know, right?
That's kind of sick.
So cool.
We're experimenting with this right now.
Oh,
I think that'd be pretty hot if women kissed women.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Sorry, I'm.
Were you two experimenting?
Huh?
I said, were you two experimenting? Were you two doing the experiment
Of what?
of trying to kiss another woman? The woman
Wait,
kissing?
Huh?
you two dating?
What? Are we in the same room?
What?
Wait, are you telling me that those horrific, atrocious coughs that you've heard in Mel's background occasionally are me? Because I'm sick.
What?
No way, I'm sick.
No way. Whoa.
No way. How did you get sick?
Some bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, bitch. Okay, that's... Yeesh.
Also, speaking of achievements, apparently only 40% of players have made it to week 9.
Classic.
What?
Yep.
A visual novel? I feel like that's a game that a lot of people would just finish, right? I mean, I guess not.
I mean, it's been a while since I've looked, but I remember that Baldur's Gate 3 had this crazy stat where like only a small fraction of people who played the game ever made it to like Act 3 of it.
No, that tracks.
That checks out. That checks out.
I've never made
I've
it
never
Act
made
three.
it. I've never made it Act 3.
Mm-hmm.
I should play it on my own so I can make it to Act 3, but when I played with people, every group I played it with fell apart. So
Yeah.
I've never made it to Act 3.
Imagine that. Imagine playing with a group and it falling apart.
Yep. Imagine trying to
Wow.
play something that takes 100 hours to beat with a group of people and not.
No,
And
look, it could happen. I just need to find like-minded individuals.
Oh yeah, you need like-minded individuals, and you have to be like, okay, we're playing this at this day at this time.
Oh,
No
if
one
I do
crash
that-
out. No one crash out. I repeat, no one.
No
Look,
crashing
I
out
tried to
loud.
do it with a specific group, and one of those people, like, just decided they didn't want to hang out with anyone anymore. And then I did it with another group of people, and then we hit the what's it called? We hit the like, oh, two of the people don't actually like the game, you know?
Ah. That's awkward.
So it was like, okay, well, it's not gonna be fun if it's pulling teeth making two people play it that don't like it.
Yeah.
And then I tried to play it on my own, but this is after like starting it with a bunch of people, so I was like not into playing it because I was like, well, I've already got this group of other people that I'm playing with, so do I really want to play it on my own? Like, it's gonna make that playthrough with other people less fun because I'm like actively doing it on my own as well. So I just need to like give it a bit of time. Maybe next year. Maybe next year I'll play Baldur's Gate 3 and I'll actually enjoy it because I'll play it with the group.
Next year is the year for Baldur's Gate 3.
Next year.
Yeah, next year. Next year it will happen.
2026, everybody. Rose will play Baldur's
Mark
Gate
it
3,
down.
maybe.
Mark it down. I'm playing
Mark it on
Baldur's
your
Gate 3 2026.
You heard it here first, folks.
Don't hold me to that.
Nah, you say it on stream. We're holding it. It's silly.
Holding it? You're holding it?
Yeah, we're holding it to you.
Can I touch it?
I'm holding you to it.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to
Only
You
fly
can't touch
over
it.
there and hand
It's
you a copy
a-
of BG3.
It's not a real thing.
What is?
Like it's not a physical thing you can touch. You can't actually hold it.
Like the
What?
concept of making you play Baldur's Gate 3?
Yeah, it's not a real thing. You can't actually hold that.
What if I showed up to your house with, and I'm like, you
What
will
if I show up
play
to your
this-
house, huh?
if I show up to your house with a copy of Baldur's Gate 3, I'm like, you will play this.
I
forever."
already have the game.
well, boot it up right
I
now.
have the game. Plus, I have bought it for one other person. Like,
Mhm.
I have the game. You don't need to show up to my house and make me play it. I'm sure you can figure out other ways.
that you actually play the game.
I'm sure you can find other ways. Just saying. I mean, you can show up at my house. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
I'd welcome you in.
Yeah. Noted.
Noted? Yeah, you're gonna show up at my house?
Yep.
I bet.
Yep.
Maybe.
Real.
I'm already right behind you, Rose.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
I'm still alone. Sitting in my room alone.
That makes me think of like this one Vsauce video where it's like, hey guys, Vsauce here. And it just pauses for seconds and he just look at the camera and is like, I'm alone.
I'm alone.
I'm alone.
Real. Fucked up.
Hey, Vsauce, Michael here. Your security
How
system
does-
is not as good as you think.
How does one stop being alone?
The
Yes,
easiest
Yuri.
way is to not worry about it.
Real.
Yuri also works. It helps drive off the loneliness.
Does it? Or does it make you like yearn for more, but you can't get any more?
Oh. Well, like
Anyways.
that. Well, you're supposed to read the Yuri, and then you're watching another couple interact and stuff, and it's like
Yeah, but then doesn't that
what's
make
the
you
word?
jealous? And doesn't that make you like?
no, you're
wish
supposed
that
to
you
like
had
put
that as
yourself
well?
in their shoes. You're supposed to like self-insert into
But
them.
like, as soon as
Imagine
you
yourself
close
as
it,
a
don't you
woman.
just like, don't you just
In
like?
love.
think-
Imagine yourself as a woman.
Yeah, but
Who
like,
could ever
once
imagine
you
themselves
close
as-
it, do you just like realize that you're not actually like that character and you're actually alone?
Doesn't sound like me.
No, it doesn't sound like you.
Anyways,
The best way to become a woman in love with another woman is to play VR chat.
true. This also works. apparently.
I don't know if that works.
Sometimes.
I mean,
Your mileage may vary.
Yeah.
true. But it is possible.
Clearly.
Right. Yeah.
For some amount of time. Actually,
Oh.
results guaranteed.
You probably will find women in VR chat.
At the least, you'll become a woman.
True.
Hey,
One of the
got
two
that
things will
one
happen.
covered.
You will find a woman or you will become.
I mean, pretty poggers, you know. You'll meet and fall in love with a famous streamer.
I don't care for that.
How many endings so far, Frozen? Oh, sorry, just saw your chat message now after like you posted like 20 minutes ago. We found 2 bad endings, and apparently there's a third one that we haven't gotten yet. I still don't know how many good endings are, neutral endings. I'm going to this blind, so we shall see.
Only one good ending, everything else is a bad ending.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking there's a good ending, and then
That's what I'm saying.
that's what I'm saying. Actually, maybe there might be a Miharu ending and then a Naomi ending. I'm thinking. That's my guess.
Naomi ending.
Hmm?
You're a Naomi ending.
What the?
I had no meaning behind it, I was just saying it.
What the? Do you think in the Naomi ending she gets to smell the book?
I don't know. My game's frozen.
I think she gets to smell anything that she wants.
You reckon I could smell book? Actually, books do smell kind of nice sometimes.
Yeah, books often do smell nice.
I do like the smell of fresh paper.
Old paper's pretty cool too.
I don't know if I smell too much old paper.
We'll get on it.
Yeah.
Go to a library.
Sniff some books at the
Sniff
A
some
library.
library?
Yeah.
Honestly, if I was to go to a library, I'm just downloading the book online. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, then you won't
An
smell old
iPad's
paper.
easier. Yeah, but like, books are kind of like, ugh. I should really finish reading the Witcher series. I actually should do that. The thing
Yeah,
is,
it's not like a
can
special
I-
interest for you or anything.
Yeah.
Can I like pick up the book again, like in the middle of the book?
Yes.
I don't
Just
remember
do
what
it right
fucking
now.
book it was.
Just do it. Read that book.
Just do it.
Do it. Read your books, Rose.
I mean, special interest? I feel like everything could just be a special interest at this point. Like, what? I like a lot of things.
I guess.
Well, you know what my special interest is?
Finishing the stream?
Ending the stream.
Rating femboys. Got a femboy there, Punz?
Oh,
You
let
know
us
Punz is a
see.
fanboy there.
Let us see. There, okay, funnily enough, there are not a lot of femboys on, like, this late at night, for some reason.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, there is. A
That's because
femboy.
they're too busy going to sleep to wake up for their IT job.
But it's Saturday though. It's Saturday. Sunday that would make sense.
Yeah, but you gotta still keep the schedule. You can't just like,
Yeah, who would
fuck
do
it on the
that?
weekend and then like fuck up your entire schedule.
Yeah, who do that?
I don't know. That sounds crazy to me.
Speaking of cute fanboys, hi Fua. Hi. Oh, you just missed it. We're just about to end stream. We just finished wrapping up stream here. No. You missed it, Fua. It was we had a very fun stream today, playing a visual novel called Fatal 12. It's a battle royale visual novel where 12 people are given an extra chance at life, and they have to learn 3 pieces of information about the other contestants: their name, their cause of death, and their regret. And then when they find all 3 of those things, they can eliminate the other players once a week. It's very fun, and it's also got Yuri in it too. It's super duper fun. Oh man, yeah. I hope you've been doing good. Oh my god, your art is so cute on Twitter. I absolutely love your art, Fall. Your art style is so adorable, super duper adorable. I mean, our art. Yeah, I know where you saw that, but it's so good. It's so good. Oh god, if you ever do commissions in the future, I'm absolutely first in line to get something from you. I would love to get.
Puns do
Yeah.
be commissioning.
True. I do. Ever since I became a VTuber, I do be a little art commissioner addict. Do you want to stream?
Gotta catch 'em all.
Stream? Heck yeah, sure. Feel free to. I think you message. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, feel free to DM me. Oh, I was just about to raid Packet, and he raided a Tabby Pack. So I guess I will also raid a Tabby Pack.
Oh shit! Dual raid?
Huge. Bigger impact.
The
You're the second impact.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Genshin
oh, no.
Wait a
Impact?
second, you don't need to watch that show.
Yes, Genshin Impact.
Oh yeah, I guess that's
I'm not gonna get started.
let's get impacts too, huh? Genshin Impact is on your wallet. Am I right?
No, you're
Yeah,
not.
the real impact of Genshin is on your wallet.
I think the real Genshin Impact are the friends we made along the way.
Yeah, the impact, the
It's the cards you
Genshin,
pulled.
Like
Yeah.
Alan
the
Scorpion.
Genshin impacts that we had, that they had on our lives.
Yeah, I'm gonna go send you the Tabby Pack. Go send them my love. They seem like a very cute little femboy. Yeah, we'll be playing more of Fatal 12 next week at 8 p.m. EST, same time, same place. And yeah, we'll see if Divine Selection goes well next time. Will both Alan Scorpion and Federico be eliminated? Will one slip away somehow? Will it be just Rinka
no.
and Miharu left? Who knows?
Will
We'll
Federico
have to see
hit
next
on a
time.
teenage woman?
Hopefully not.
Hopefully it was the last time.
I hope so too.
Hopefully, Frederico is eliminated. Honestly, that's all I'll say.
Okay, bye bye everybody. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye Frozen. Bye bye.
Frozen.